What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime 92 is back this Saturday. All the action continues, and calling this action with me in the booth here this evening, the one, the only, J-Dime TV, and the ever-legendary Mr. Humbledink back in the hot seat. How are you doing, lads?
It's Primetime 92, J-Dime. We are back, and I am great, Cyrus. I know you are as well, and me and J-Dime are raring to go. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm great right now, and I'm really looking forward to this PT card, especially with you, Humble, because I don't know where you've been lately.
Got caught up that mysterious tree that we always talk about, you know, Cyrus. Sometimes just happens, you get caught up in there.
Yeah, brother, life happens as well, right? But he's fought his way through it. Out those branches he comes, and back in the hot seat here this evening, we have STK Storm versus NM Smudger. The rematch, of course, Storm coming out there, kind of proving everybody wrong last time out, kind of had that, underdog mentality and underdog storyline going into it, and was able to get the W over the long-reigning champion of the PlayStation division in NM Smudger. Of course, Smudger coming back, motivated to get this one back, and yeah, he's been talking a lot. He's been sending me a few DMs, especially over the last couple of days, saying that, basically, fuck all these guys that are doubting him, thinking that his reign is over. He's back to take this with a vengeance here this evening. But if Storm, Storm, he's going to have doubled his level since last time. It's one thing kind of going towards that belt, but when you become champion, you almost become double as good, really. You've got all of the momentum behind you, and you've got everybody then kind of gunning for you as well. But the co-main event, J-Dime, FSK, Fadnator, up against Ali. He sent me a little message. Let's call him Ali instead of 10, okay? That's what he's requesting, but...
Dang, I can't call him 10 anymore?
You call him what you want, bro, but Fadnator up against Ali. That's one hell of a co-main event as well. Ali's a little bit newer to the scene, of course, but has come through with a vengeance, and now finds himself in one of the top positions you can ever go within this promotion. A title fight, has that opportunity to become Primetime Champion over one of the bests in Fadnator.
Humble, I'll take this one. Hey, Ali just like, I'm not calling you 10 no more. He just like appeared as a new fighter. Like, I never seen him in my life, and then when I seen him, he just dominated. Like that's crazy. Like, I don't know where he came from. He's just a great player, just appeared, Humble.
Well, last season he actually did quite well. He finished in that top 15 or the top 17.
Did he?
Sorry. Yeah, he didn't just quite make the Grand Prix. So he was just outside of there, and he was mostly edging on it all the way through. So he's looking to just push himself through. We always talk about it, Cyrus. It's the start of the season. We're literally 2 events in. This is the 3rd one, and it's all the grabs. One win can get you a title shot, essentially. So everybody tonight, what we're looking for, essentially, is the best performances, right? So we're looking for highlight reels tonight. That's what these guys want to be doing to put themselves up there, because any of them can do it. Any of them can get a title.
100%, brother. We were preaching the word in the events leading up to the Grand Prix, and of course following that, explaining to everybody that within Primetime Mma, those point systems, especially at the beginning of the season, a lot of people are going to be equal, so those standout performances really do help elevate you to the next stage within this promotion. The big opportunities are definitely around the corner. But looking at this entire card, to be quite honest with you, we just have killer's row of action. Couple of little changes which we'll get into a little bit later on, but I know that J-Dime's going to be eager to get into all the action here this evening. B3 Gemini up first, up against Oni J. This one should be a real fun one. 2 guys that are known for bringing the action, Jay.
Yeah, and Oni J is so confident right now. He said he's putting 50K on himself right here. And Humble, don't sway the betting lines either. But yeah, he's that confident in himself right now.
50K, there might be something going on the other guy, you know what I mean, Cyrus? Those betting lines, we will be doing that. I hope someone's doing that tonight for us, where you can bet on these fights with your channel points. It doesn't cost anything to do it, Cyrus. We're going to enjoy ourselves tonight free.
Exactly. You accrue those prime points, if you will, in the chat by watching, getting those picks right, of course, help you get that bank balance. A little bit of bragging rights go a long way, but with these guys, honestly, it is anybody's game. Gemini, especially since he joined the B3 boys, that forward pressure became something else, but Oni J is a guy that's known for meeting fire with fire, and I imagine that these guys are going to start quick out the gates and try to really separate themselves and get ahead in this one.
Yeah, and Jay, the picks of these two, we've got Dan Ige versus Dustin Poirier. We say a lot about Dustin Poirier, but that's mainly at lightweight, right? So this Dustin Poirier doesn't kind of have the same pop as the other one. Quite limited as well with like kicks and things like that.
Yeah, but I think he do got enough pop because he got that 5-star boxing combination still. It's just his health stats are nowhere near it is in lightweight, Cyrus.
No, exactly. Not exactly the same thing. Dan Ige is actually a low-key really good pick in this weight class as well. He's got some good head movement, good power in his hands, and it's pretty durable, at least from my experiences. You're humble. This one obviously starting out as quick as we expected, but guys catching each other with a lot of big counters. One of their chins are going to get tested very shortly.
He looks like the smaller guy. Then you get in this sort of, when you look at both of these guys, he looks like the smaller sort of person, and he might be having some trouble kind of closing the range right there, but doing a good job right there as Poirier holds the center of the octagon again. Jay dying throughout this first round.
Yeah, but he's taking damage while he's doing this, and he doesn't have the chin he has in lightweight either.
Yeah, you can already see it getting tested. The health has been blinking once or twice, but it hasn't stopped Gemini from walking forward, throwing combinations of his own. Just has to time a little bit better, like he did just right there. But Oni J on it, bro. He is, like I said, meeting him in the center of that cage, fighting fire with fire at the moment. Humble, only taking a couple of back steps between them.
Oh, he gets caught right there though, straight down the pipe, catches him. Gemini is now on wobbly legs. Needs to be careful using his head movement, not too much footwork, Cyrus. He's kind of staying in the center of the octagon and controlling that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the slight back steps going in the favor of Oni J, because every time he steps out, Gemini steps forward with a combination. He's able to catch him just overextending. Gemini's going to need a big adjustment here, either a couple of extra punches or something like that. But everything from Oni Ray just seems to be on point.
Oh
nice.
my God! No, I'm not gonna lie to you. He may not have time to make an adjustment because he may get put out before this round ends. Humble.
This is a fantastic fight as well.
It is.
The little subtle head movements, the traps that they're setting, the big shots there, some of them are whiffing, and the counters that they're coming back with. You can tell these two have really put some time and effort, and they belong to be on this card, essentially, maybe a lot higher upsides in the future as these two continue to impress.
Yeah, these guys both main card fighters, sorry, Humble, and you are absolutely right. And maybe another point in the season, we may have seen these guys much further up this card, but as you see right here, it is starting out with a bang. Oni J gets another stun, pressing all the action. Oof. Because even with it though, Jay, he's got a lot of respect, right? Because he's not overextending. He doesn't want to like push it too much. Even when he's going to be hurt, he's like, okay, not this time. But that may have just allowed Gemini back into the fight.
He's supposed to be cool, calm, collected at the end. You bank this round, and you're not going to get a finish. Why would you risk it like that, Humble?
Yeah, it's one of them things. Well, he's behind now as well.
Yeah,
he's behind right now. But you know what? It's a close round. It's a close round. You look at the three sort of rocks right there, and then the knockdown. Bro, for me, Oni J's just had some fantastic moments. Gemini seems to be sticking to a game plan. He's doing it for the greater good, essentially, Cyrus. He's trying to
greater good. Oh my goodness. Game of inches changes just like that based on what happened that last round.
Yeah, the end of the round was big for Gemini, and he's riding that momentum into this one. Has to be careful. Oni J has shown that he is dangerous, but so far so good as he continues to try and press this action here, Humble. But then he gets caught.
He backed up. Oh, why did he back up? He was doing so well. He had his opponent against the fence, and then he backs up and gives him the centre of the octagon. And that's where Oni J's done the most of his work, Cyrus. He made a calculated mistake right there, but I don't think it calculated too well for him.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like I say, game of margins, especially in a fight like this, so these guys are willing to live and die by that sword. Big front kick, partially blocked.
He's caught him.
Is it over? What is he going to do? And it's crazy because his head health is low too. One straight from Dustin Poirier can change this, Humble. Never mind.
We need to get some space right now. I try to get try and get the position as well. He was doing so well when he had the option to move backwards, but now he's got no option to kind of do so. He's stood in front of him. Nice work, good denial. Gets a trip. Beautiful trip. He's back on top now. He's got a chance to kind of slow the heart rate down, Cyrus. Gather yourself. Think about what you're doing.
This could have been absolutely vital, to be quite honest with you. There's a lot of support for Oni J in the chat.
They started strong.
Lived up to it.
Started strong.
Yeah,
hold on.
He's living up to it on the feet, and the submission's looking very close as well. Stops the slam. That's massive here, Humble.
Yeah, it is. But he's not.
Yeah, but I think he messed up already.
Yeah, he's not. He's done just enough there, just enough, and he's not going to be able to catch him towards the end because of the way. Saying that, he's paused him, he's frozen, he's flying. The race is going to be over.
It's over.
Oni,
It's over.
Boom. You know when you watch a horse race, Cyrus, and there's just one horse in the back just coming, and then all of a sudden it just overtakes everyone. That's exactly what that bar just did right there. Beautiful work from Oni J. First round submission, or second round submission, sorry.
Brother, like, he out of the gates, he fumbled a few of those hurdles, but like you say, that final stretch, he hit it strong, man. He hit it strong. That was a great performance by him. Like I said, not only doing it on the feet, but then when he got taken down, the submission was there, real quick, man, real quick. And let's be honest, Jay, when somebody's lighting you up on the feet and you go, my path of least resistance is the mat, instantly they submit you. That's going to be alarm bells for anybody that's grappling kind of primarily up against somebody like Oni J.
Man, he looked good. He went through some adversity because it really was a war. Gemini had his moments too, but at the end of the day, he subbed him. And I never thought this fight would end in sub. The way they were fighting, I thought someone was going to get their head knocked off.
No, it was twists and turns throughout that fight, which was quite nice, and it was a good technical battle about footwork and positioning and the combinations they were throwing and technical boxing, and eventually Oni J gets it done, but he gets it done in a way that we weren't expecting. Like Jay said, it is potentially submission of the night, Cyrus. It's quite smart. I was thinking about this the other day. It's quite smart to go for submission of the night because there's not many submissions usually on a card. And you get extra points for that now as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly, bro, exactly. And
clever, innit? It's clever.
Well, I just want to point out, I mean, you said coming into this, of course, highlighted very, very kind of prudently so that big performances is what you need at this point in the season, right? And Oni J delivered with that tenfold over a great name as well. I mean, Gemini's a great name. He had moments of brilliance in that fight, but like ultimately Oni J had just seemed to be a level above or a step ahead in that one. And I mean, he delivered. He gets that big performance, and of course, that's going to lead to big things for him in the near future. But it sets us up beautifully for the next one. There is a slight change to the graphic, one of a couple of changes here this evening. It's going to be former champion Kai, not going up against B3 Wavy. He's actually going to be going up against Lepo, and Lepo's now on the PlayStation side of things, looking to make a bit of a splash. He has an opportunity here, Humble. Throw it back to you, my man. Lepo's, I believe it's maybe his first fight? I know he's 1-0. He's 1-0 right now, going up against a former champion.
Well, it's going to be an interesting fight, and it's going to be a good position for Lepo to kind of come in and steal some thunder right there. He's fighting a guy who is a former champion, a guy who was consistently top 10, and he was brilliant at essentially finishing people. One of his specialties of Kai is that first initial ground and pound J-Dime. When he gets the opportunity, he does it. He usually finishes you, and if he doesn't take it and he starts showing off, that's where he's had some flaws, and he's been kind of caught out lately.
Yeah, and I know Kai is upset right now that he's on the prelims. He used to be a former champion, so for him to be on the prelims, this gotta hurt. But with that being said, he deserves to be on the prelims because he's had some bumps in the road. So you have to prove, you know what I'm saying? You still like that because it looked like you done took a step back.
Look, in this sport, man, you're only as good as your last fight, really. Let's be real. When you go out there and you have a tough night at the office, you need to kind of start from the bottom again. You need to work your way through it. In a lot of cases, Kai now has an opportunity to do that. Lepo was an established name on the Xbox side of the equation. Obviously, Pearson, we're actually seeing him fight on the PlayStation side. He's 1-0, like I said, from the unaired side of things. And this guy's actually got tricky hands, which Kai's going to have to be careful of.
Ooh, nice work. Yeah, he does. He's got Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler's been getting used quite a lot recently, J-Dime. We've seen a lot of Robbie Lawler. People are starting to figure out how to play with Robbie Lawler, and I think you get to see good performances. Kai, on the other hand, he loves a good Nick Diaz pick, so he'll be utilising that boxing, but he's got to be careful. The difference in the punch speed and power is a lot different in this fight.
Yeah, you said it best. And Kai needs to switch from...
Oh
my gosh, never mind. I was going to say switch back southpaw, but he done already dropped him. Never mind, I'm going to shut up, Cyrus.
Kai trying to send Lepo back to Xbox right there, but somehow, some way, he survives, at least for the moment, Humble. Beautiful bodywork from the former champion, though.
These are giving us a dream matchup right now. These two are fighting like prime Nick Diaz and Robbie Lawler. These two actually fought. If you remember, it was like before Nick went out of the UFC the first time when Nick knocked him out. Beautiful fight here. It looks like Nick's in his prime and Robbie's in his prime, and we've got a treat. The punches are flying, Cyrus. The action is high.
Yeah, beautiful work so far. I like the creativity from Kai out here, utilizing some of those kicks rather than just going straight boxing, switching the stance and everything like that. Lepo, when he does his best, he's kind of just being unorthodox, Jay. He likes to throw hands, he likes to mix in some of the grappling, but... Oh! Lovely time couple of hooks, puts him off his feet.
Nice. This is a war. This is a war right now. I didn't expect no grappling, but I was about to compliment Kai and say his combos look on point, and Lepo too. Like, this is just a war right now, Humble.
Yeah, beautiful check right there. Like you said, a war. Try and dissect that war is what we do, and it's been heating up recently, but there was a nice check a second ago. Goes for a takedown. Really interesting part right now. Kai gets the hip toss, and what a mistake from Lepo. Puts him in a bad position, Cyrus.
Yeah, he had... Lepo had some of his supporters in the chat screaming for him to shoot for a double leg. Maybe he glanced over for a second, and like I said, it could not have gone any worse. The former champion all over, lights out takedown defense, and this guy is a menace on the mat as well. J Dime, as he secures a takedown of his own right into the back sitting position. Beautiful work from Kai so far, not taking a step wrong, my man.
Yeah, when Kai's on his A game, he's really tough to fight because Kai is really good offensively on the mat and on the feet, Humble.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, whoever was been telling him to dive for the legs, like, he was doing fine on the feet, in my opinion, Lepo was. And as soon as he shot for that, he's put himself in a position that way he's losing the end of that round in a close fight. So you always give it to the guy who kind of dominated the end of the round. So Kai's kind of trying to secure a close fight. So essentially, Mike just lost him the round. I felt like he was doing okay on the feet, Cyrus. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, he was having a couple of tough spots, but he did start to turn tides a little bit with that, doubling up on the body punch. I feel like he was getting some work from that. But a great first round nevertheless. These guys tested each other in multiple different situations there, J-Dime. They're going to be going into this next round with the ability to make some reads and adjustments, but the damage, I imagine, going to continue at a rapid pace in this one.
You see him spamming.
I was going to say,
no respect.
You look at that guy. He's not paying attention right now. These two are in the chat just going, no respect. Wow, no respect. Wow. You know how heated it is when you're that annoyed in chat where both of you are pressing buttons and trying to get to the other one. Mind games in between rounds. The fighting doesn't stop your time.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what they should let you do? They should let you type some more words. Like, they should give you some options so you can really type.
I wish you could talk to each other in a fight.
Let me talk.
Yeah, 100%.
That's how you change it.
These guys, Humble, though, they're both emotional fighters. They both fight with ego. I don't think that either one of them would disagree with that. It's actually made for a bit of a heated battle between these two competitors. I have to say, the fact that Lepo's on top now, he's going to need to make this work. Because Kai was showing that he was in control anytime he had top position on, down there.
Yeah, and he's really trying, obviously, to prove a point right now. I see Dino got mad in chat saying he wasn't, but, the thing is he's damaged his body, but Kai got 2 minutes of that. I think whichever one of these guys gets on top, that's when they're going to do really well. But we've just seen Lepo not advance his position. Oh, he's getting caught again.
Oh, he's throwing them combos. And I was about to say, I don't like when people get stuck in sprawl and they don't advance position. They let them just hit them to the body. That does damage that adds up, Humble.
It doesn't do permanent damage though. So sometimes you can take it 1 or 2 times.
It's short term.
So essentially, sometimes you can take it, but it's there's no. I know what you're saying. He didn't want to give up half card, I'm guessing, Cyrus. So he didn't want to give up a more dominant position. Can't get moved to mount or.
Yeah, but potentially. So I have to say though, right, I've noticed a few things. I mean, look, Lepo continues to double and triple up on the body shots against somebody like Kai, who is a top level competitor. He is going to make that read. Watch out for that uppercut coming in response. Nice. Anytime Lepo goes to the body. I feel like Kai's chambering that already.
He's back on his jab, which I like. You need to be careful of them sort of comebacks, but he's back on his jab. He's setting up his shots. He's doing really well. He's in and out. I think the wrestling has helped him. I might be wrong on the slightly on that because it's made Kai think about another sort of option. Whereas now they're technically trying to break their way into the pocket, J-Dime, to throw those shots. That's the battle right now.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even want to get the takedown. You just want someone to worry about something else besides the striking. Just to change up, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, left hand lands for Diaz.
A smack. Hey, why are you getting smacked like that?
You gotta remember, these two do not like each other. They have been in the chat pouring at each other. Kai always makes it interesting. He never really likes his opponents, and it's like the Nick Diaz kind of way. You're fighting me, I don't like you. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but I'm not getting smacked by another grown man. I don't care if the fight's over if I lose. Fight him again. Oh
my goodness.
Who are you smacking?
Nice work. Shoots.
And he's got him. The stamina was not there for young Lepo to deny the chain takedown attempt from Kai. Able to get back up though. Brilliant work, Humble, from Lepo.
Nice, with 10 seconds left. I also think how much did Kai kind of let him? Playing a bit of stamina.
I thought a pull was there.
Like sometimes when you're 20 seconds for Irish, you think, I'm going to let that guy get up. And see,
no respect. He said, no.
Man, how entertaining is Primetime? Like the first fight, crazy submission finish. Then the second fight of this evening, two guys that potentially, honestly, they should really have been on the main card if we're going off previous seasons. We don't. We go off the current seasons, the current rankings. But they're going to be on the main card in the future, essentially. We know this already.
Yeah. Well, my goodness, Kai don't waste it any time.
To the middle.
Running, man. I've never seen Nick Diaz run so fast in my life.
Yeah, I didn't know he had that in him.
Kai didn't even sit down between rounds there, Humble. Pressing the action already. Lepo's got to be starting to get a little bit concerned, a little bit overwhelmed, I'd imagine. He needs to kind of bite down on that mouthpiece and go the Robbie all the way, let those hands fly.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Kai to get dirty as well. He's got some. We all know there's certain moves that certain fighters have that are a bit shady, and I'm waiting for those to kind of come out the bag. But this has been a technical masterclass from both guys. Really tough battle, similar to the first fight, Cyrus. These two have really think, beautiful work. Worst kick in the world, but he gets it, slaps him, and he pays for it.
He smacked the shit out of him. I'm sorry for my language, but damn, he smacked. He smacked him again. Oh my God! Why are you letting this happen, Lepo? Stop getting smacked.
Oh, it's Lepo. He's gonna get slapped again. Oh, Kai's got him against the ropes.
Don't get smacked again, please.
And ringed on his ear. Oh, he's coming. Oh, the slap. Well, he needs to be careful if he gets knocked out off one of those slaps.
Yeah.
Brother, I don't know what I'm seeing, man. Kai is abusing Lepo right now, but Lepo's still throwing some heavy leather when he gets the opportunity, but the head health, the body health just too compromised at this stage there, Humble, as he goes for another big flurry, but...
Oh, this is so disrespectful. If I'm him, I wouldn't even finish this. I'd make him get up and smack him again.
If he gets knocked out, though, J-Dam, I hope he don't take J-Dam's advice, Kai. You want to be the champion.
Listen, you here for a good time, not a long time, Kai.
Ruthless aggression. Look at this, he's getting caught. I can see it happening as well.
Stun him and smack.
Oh
my God.
Good fight. It was close.
Yeah.
Close to a third.
I was going to say, it was close until it wasn't, right? It was real close until it wasn't. And then, goodness, Kai showing why he was a former champion. That this guy, when he gets going, he is a menace. Started pointing out that the ego battle was definitely won by Kai here this evening. God, that was what? A great fight, an absolutely great fight.
It was, contender for fight of the night already. You guys later on in the card have got to step it up. These guys are going for bonuses at the bottom of the card. What are you going to do at the top?
Oh my God!
We're about to find out. J-Dime, he's going to shoot himself up. Kai wants the title shot. You probably want to fight. He's amongst it usually. He's amongst Storm. He's amongst Smudger. He's amongst those guys. J-Dime. He's wanting to be up there.
Yeah, he may force himself up there at this point because he was smacking the shit out of, he was just smacking the shit out of him. I don't even want to say her name right now, Lepo, because I don't want to disrespect you, but he was smacking the shit out of you. He's trying to prove a point. He wants his title shot again, and he's probably some fights away, but that's a great statement to make.
Yeah, 100% Cyrus, and everyone's got to be scared of Kai.
I mean, when he's fighting like that, man, it's hard not to be. But what a sensational performance. I look forward to seeing what this guy can do now. He's 1-1 at this stage. Like I say, dropped his first fight of the season. Second fight came back strong. This guy, let's say, he fights with a purpose. He wants to prove he's the best. And after a tough start, to come back and do something like that is a big statement of what he may be able to put out there in the near future. But a little bit of a change going into the next fights here this evening. It would appear that White Wolf is not here. It would appear that Mike TT is not here. And what that has done is it's pushed Vinny up against Dino. So may not be one TT guy, it is the other. Either way, though, should be for a very, very fun one. These guys very close in the rankings, very, very minimal difference between them there, Humble, and as a result, even though their opponents dropped out, it made for a perfect substitute.
Yeah, exactly. And, Gamer's a guy that's always been up there in the rankings as well. They had a brilliant run last season, Jay Diamond. No one really wanted to fight him. And then Vinny Violet, he's a fantastic fighter. He's great at finishing people on the feet. Often you catch him on ranked and he just skulls you if you're not on your A game. So he's one of those guys that he has got some veteran savvy moves. A bit like George Masvidal, I guess.
That's an interesting comparison. But yeah, the whole world seemed to be betting on Dino right now. It's 94% to 6%. They don't understand. They don't understand that anything can happen in PT.
Anything, bro.
They don't understand
Anything.
that.
I'm telling you, the madness that happens under this promotion is unreal. The way that these guys turn up, the underdog stories that have continued to come through. I have to say, what a quality on the stream. It's nice to see some HD quality on the fighters.
Nice.
Fighter stream. Yeah, crisp for a change, bro. Crisp. Dino starting us on quick though. He's got Conor McGregor, and he's landing that spin kick.
Oh!
Dino Gamer catches
Dino,
him.
when did you become a striker?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, he's got a striker, Humble. He wanted to come out here and grapple a little bit, but man threw a spin kick and landed within 30 seconds. God.
And, he's come out flying. I think Vinny's going to make some adjustments right now because Dino's took a back step.
Oh.
So that's going to set him up for some shots right there, but he's got to be careful because he's getting pulled. Vinny started to make the adjustments necessary, Jay. He's getting some respect.
Yeah, he is. He just has to stun Dino one time to make him respect him, because Dino's fighting him with reckless abandon. Like, he don't care about him. Like, he's not a threat, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's basically said you don't have hands, and right now it doesn't look like he's had too much to answer him with, to be honest with you. Couple bleeding through, but Dino Gamer, that time that he had a little bit of weight, coming off a suspension, this is fresh up. Oh my god! It seems to have motivated him, Humble. He's just looking great right now. And on the feet as well.
Nice and clean, but I feel like you're in the same country, these two. Jesus, the way they're playing each other, the pings look smooth. Look smooth, Cyrus. I might have just jinxed it.
No, nice. They were unstable.
Oh!
Jesus Christ, these
They
two
gotta
are fighting.
test it.
Okay. There's no footwork to get into your time. It's all like body movement.
Yeah. Hey, they gotta test him though, because I expected Dino to shoot a double leg. Dino's warehouse is grappling, but he's here to prove a point after this suspension, Humble.
Yeah, he is, and constantly in punching range as well. If he wants to get out of defense, he goes just into kicking range and throws the kicks when he's out of that range right there, and comes back with his boxing right in the pocket when he needs to. He's doing a fantastic job. Beautiful little adjustment from Vinny right there. Doesn't get caught with the kick this time. Keeps trying to catch him with the flying knees. He's coming in. Something that catches you when you pull back as well, Cyrus. For when you keep doing the pull.
Oh!
Nice work.
Yeah, I feel like Vinny starts working behind his jab, he wins this fight. But he has to go for it. This pull game is just going the way of Dino time and time again as he gets another one that sits down Jorge Masvidal. Ah, my God, man. This is a crazy-ass pace out here, Jay, to start this fight.
Yeah, it is. But as good as Dino's doing, I think Vinny has a chance. Dino does have a pattern. It's just Vinny has to read it, Humble.
Yeah, he does, and he started to catch him somewhat, but then Dinosaur up the ante, up the ramped up the pace, essentially, pullbacks. What I want to point out for essentially Vinny.
He's got Dino
twice.
Will Dino end it?
Oh, nice. Both guys were going for the same setups on the feet and the same, well, not the exact same kick, but essentially both of them were throwing straight shots down the middle, so a knee to come down the middle. So if you duck the head kick, you're going to go into the knee, and then both of them get rocked with two head kicks in the round, or dropped essentially, because the other guy didn't want to duck because that knee was coming up, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. I feel like Jorge, he has to win this fight going first. When he's going second, Dino's just beating him to the punch, Jay, too many times. Dino's interrupted fantastic with the body knee, just throwing them out there every now and again. That 1-2 and the pull game, he's won every single time. So punches and bunches for Jorge, and fighting at the right range. He got caught right at the end there, trying to out jab his opponent too close to him. When his opponent was kind of crushing that range. So just kind of a little bit more awareness and composure from Vinny could go a long way in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, but his head is getting punched off by Conor. So any advice we give him may not work. It may be too close to the end. I say that he needs to start first. He has to dictate this. Conor has dictated this whole fight, Humble.
He does, but the reason he's doing that is a few feints and constantly. You see there the movement as well. He's starting to move his way into the pocket rather than just standing there. He's the first one active.
Oh my!
And he's starting to do well. Gets him down with an uppercut, kick of death for Vinny. Vinny needs to go. He needs to go right now, otherwise he's going to get knocked out cold.
It looks like he's about to get knocked out cold soon. Sooner than later.
Head kick.
This head health so compromised now. He's even going to struggle to lead. He's basically kind of being forced into a counter game only. It can be changed very, very quickly. Of course, anything happens. But right now, Dino Gamer. Accumulative
He's
damage.
about to end this. Dino Gamer is about to end this fight. That's what's about to happen, guys. That's survival.
He doesn't go after him. Rather survive right there than go after his opponent, which tells you everything you need to know right now. He had a good opportunity to. His opponent had no stamina.
He's trying.
Yeah,
But is it too late?
I feel like he's trying to set some up, which is obviously that's the problem.
Yeah, but it may be too late.
Yeah, just needs to go.
Well, although he's been compromised for a while, he's actually starting to close the distance a little bit. Some of the damage starting to add up on Dino, but I don't know if he's got enough, bro. I don't know if he's got enough.
This match is It's over. Yeah, it's over, guys.
Great comeback for Dino, man. He came out here with a point to prove here this evening. A man reformed inside and outside that octagon here, Humble, and he gets his hand raised in a very fan-friendly style. Style.
That was you'll hear no complaints from any of the audience for Dino Gamer's style right there. That was a fan-friendly style. Looked like he enjoyed it as well. That's the thing, is you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy yourself. Some people get enjoyment out of the misery of others. That's the problem. But, people like Doc. So, there's other people who essentially like to have a good time and enjoy it, and Dino just had a good time.
Well, it's I mean, what a way, though. What a way to come back, man. What a way to come back. Obviously, that time away definitely doing him absolute wonders. It moves us on, J-Dime, though, very, very swiftly to the next one. This one, of course, back on the Xbox side of the table. We're going to be having the one, the only DB Logical up against Webo. These guys both 1-0, both in the top 20. Somebody's always got to go, and the winner of this fight, if they get a finish, may find themselves in or about that top 15 very, very soon.
Exactly that. We're going to get a lot of that in the next couple of events as well. Not just this one, It's going to be 1-0, 2-0s fighting each other outsiders because there's so many new people, and we've got an ad that we do as well. If you are new to Primetime, if you're watching Primetime for the first time, if you're thinking, how do I get into this league? We do these live cards once a week. We also do an unaired section where essentially you fight people in the league and build up to the league to go on these live cards, essentially. Right, Cyrus?
Yes, sir. It's the one-stop shop for all your esporting needs. These guys allow you, man, to come out here week in, week out and find yourself a fight. Everybody that signs up gets a fight, given it's within the right time, of course. And you get to earn your way up to these cards and the title fights, and big performances are the way to do so, and that's exactly what these two are going to try and put on here this evening. They are fan-friendly kind of styles from these two guys. They all often fight hot out the gates here, J-Diamond. You can see it already. The combinations start to fly.
Yeah, and this fight is a fight I'd like to see in real life. Do you think Kevin Holland would talk shit to Nick Diaz?
He would, but I think that he'd get it back. It wouldn't be playful back, and he'd realise. But yeah, I think Kevin Holland likes it when it's playful. He doesn't like it when it's serious. He got a bit intimidated.
I don't know.
In my opinion.
You know what would happen though?
By who?
Yeah, when Kamzat started going, he was a bit like,
I got you, Kevin Holland. Don't worry. I don't think he was intimidated by him. I think there was nothing he could do when he was on that ground.
He knew he wasn't going to win. He knew he wasn't going to win. That's intimidation when you know you're going to lose.
It's not intimidation. If you know 1 + 1 is 2, you know it's 2. That's not intimidation. He knew what happened. If you get paid nicely.
Going into a fight that you know you're going to lose. That's all I'm saying.
He wasn't supposed to fight him.
Big glove touch might have played power. That's what I'm saying.
He played him like it was UFC 4 ranked. That's the way Hamzat played him.
Well, as we talking out, Logical has actually managed to make it to the mat. and he has found himself in top position, advancing position with Nick. Obviously, these guys generally do it on the feet, but Nick is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu and has a lot of sneaky submissions and some pretty heavy top game out here, Humble, as he works over into top mount. A lot of damaging, opportunities ahead and submissions if he plays his card right.
Yeah, isn't Kevin Holland a black belt as well, Jay?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Not all black belts are equal, though, bro. Like,
Yeah, okay. There's levels of black belts in MMA. Sometimes I be thinking some coaches give out black belts. They just give out belts. I'll give you an example here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they do.
Alex Pereira is a higher belt in Jiu-Jitsu than Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, because
is that real?
Yes, that's real. It's real.
Yeah, because Mighty Mouse doesn't train gi. That's why.
Yeah. We can get into the arguments of gi and no gi, bro.
Pereira's Brazilian. He trains with Nogueiras and Glover. Of course, he's going to be a high belt. They give him out for fun as well. But anyway, we are back to it. I'll tell you what something Kevin Holland is good at, and this should be added to the game for certain characters. He's good at getting finishes off his back. He's good at hammer fisting people.
Let's talk about That's crazy, the power he got. How he finished Jacare Souza and how he was swinging at Ponzinibbio too when he was on one leg.
Yeah.
That's a lot of power.
He's got 2 finishes from that. He's done it twice, I believe.
I love his little interview after it. It was just like, sometimes get away, bitch, just works. He's like, get away, bitch.
I think he got really heavy hands. That's why it works.
Guy's a superhero out there, man. He's out there stopping criminals every single time. Like in between fights, that's what he's doing, chasing people down. But right now, he's getting all that he can handle. Logical's basically been ahead for this entire fight. Obviously, we've been gassing a little bit, but he has been doing some work. He's taken top control and, kind of accumulated some good shots. So one in the bag, I would say, for Logical, but it is still early in this fight. A potential 10 minutes left on the cards here, Humble. And when it was on the feet, they were active for as long as they could stay there.
Yeah, it was, and it'll be interesting to see if they do go back to that southpaw stance as well from Nick Diaz. It kind of closes straight away, doesn't it, the cage closes off if you kind of go in your straight lines.
Yeah, it does. Ooh, he tried to death kick him. I feel like when you miss a death kick, you should get punished. That's how I feel.
I feel like you got to put your hands down and take one back.
Yeah. And they both got him too. Both of them have that in their arsenal.
Nice work from Nick coming back with the hook right there, Jay. And Kevin Holland, he got punished though. He got punished.
Like, I feel like you got to set up a death kick. You can't just randomly. You can't just randomly throw death kicks.
You said that we're now in that territory, Cyrus. We've seen 6 in the last minute. Here we go.
These guys are not, they're sprinting. Everything they're doing in this fight is a full-out sprint. Brilliant takedown from Webo. See what he can do in top control now. There's over 3 minutes left on the clock. He gets the first denial. That's massive J-Dime. And straight across into top mount as well.
Yeah, he gets to deny. Dang, Kevin Holland.
Oh, may have lost it.
This guy freeze J right here, but yeah, he was about to say Kevin Holland in top throwing haymakers at Nick Diaz's head, and we got Jay back right there. Jay, you were just explaining about Kevin Holland's punching.
Yeah, I know, and then I just disappeared after that. But
punching your
Kevin Holland been working his grappling. It's the distance.
Yeah, he's going for submissions as well here, and it's a good spot. The stamina's not exactly high for Logical. We'll have to see how he cracks. Not very good, at least. But the first one often is just making reads, as we know, Humble.
Yeah, good fighters will use submissions early in fights to kind of learn about their opponent's pattern, because that's all this is, a mini game where you have to follow your opponent's pattern for the longest period of time to get the submission. So essentially, by building knowledge, it makes it easier to kind of track that. It's just a gamer, isn't it? It's a gaming sort of way to do it, so I should do that with every game, but yeah, Kevin Holland trying to do that right now, and it would be interesting to see if he goes for more submissions later on in the fight, because if he doesn't, it's kind of wasted, right?
Yeah, for sure.
May not have to, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, ground and pound galore, J-Dime, from the one and only Kevin Holland. Webo turning up in the second round after what was a very difficult first 5 minutes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice grappling, Kevin Holland. Y'all said he couldn't wrestle. Hamzat mauled him, this, that, and third. He's showing you his grappling, Humble.
Yeah, he's been training with Daniel Cormier again, I think, in Khabib. So, he lasted a week last time, but hopefully he lasts a bit longer.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he is pinned down these positions right now. God damn, Webo. Absolutely in the driver's seat. These elbows maybe finishing the fight. A couple more. is all it's going to take.
Oh my. He's stuck. He's in hot grease right now. Oh, I would try to end it. I would try to go Neon Belly exactly. Oh, there's not enough time. He should have went Neon Belly with 10 seconds left to give himself some time.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he in that fight, then you know that from Logical on the other side, man, he was just trying to shrimp and move as much as he could to stay alive. He was able to do so. Fake love touch into the spin kick. Red from Diaz, firing back with combinations on the feet.
Yeah, you don't want to slap you. You know, we've seen that happen already tonight as well. You got to be careful if you ever. Nice work coming from Logical. Logical putting on the pressure. Kevin Holland is on the back step.
Ooh.
Pull. I hate these pull games, by the way. These pull ones we're starting to see.
You don't think these are realistic, Humble?
Oh, it's crazy.
I know.
Nice work again from Kevin. Closing the distance. Doesn't really do anything with it though. Oh, he does it there. Death kick.
Hands of frickin' stone sets him down after 2 big shots land. Somehow, some way, Logical has the ability to just walk through it, though. This guy bounced back to his feet. Got to imagine he's still a little bit compromised, though, as the head health looking a little less worth. Oh my god, twice.
Oh, death kick again. Are you serious? The thing is, the death kick as well right now, essentially Logical needs to avoid it, not just block it. Because if he does blocks it, it goes through the guard. Oh, just like that right there.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah. The guard is
important. And a spear by Goldberg.
He summons the spirit of Dirty Dave right there, Cyrus.
My god, I mean, living and dying in those margins right there. Beautiful sidestep. Excellent spear. Finds himself in a dominant position. Trying to get the armbar. But look at the denials from Webo. Such a crucial set of denials. As he's still got 2 minutes. Goddamn 30 to work, Jay.
He's stuck. No, he's stuck. Last time he had 10 seconds left so he could get out. Oh, he's out. But yeah, it looks bad. He can't give up dominant position with 2 minutes left. That's a lot of time.
Can't give up. He gets sprawl though, which is a much better position. He's going to get his body or he's going to go for a choke. Stops it. I thought he was going to attack his body a bit more.
Oh.
Block.
Oh.
Position again, Jaydan.
Oh my. Yeah, it's looking bad for him. I'm not going to say it's over, but it's looking pretty bad for Nick Diaz.
Can't go for the choke though. He's got to go for the armbar. He's not.
Yeah, he does have to go for the armbar.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't sit down and mount there and stop, like, deny mount.
Submission incoming, right? Either that or some ground and pound. Ground and pound, he opts for.
Sometimes you don't mind though, because if you throw a straight punch and you avoid it, you're back to the feet sometimes. So it's like, well, would I rather stay on the ground for a minute or give myself a chance?
Oh my.
This is over. This is it. The tippy-tappy punches from Kevin Holland. He's going to posture up.
This was over a while ago.
Goes back to there. He's got 30 seconds left. He's going to try and get the extra point. Extra points are everything right now, Cyrus. Everyone on this car is trying to get a title shot. Essentially, your performance matters. Is he going to try to steal the end of this fight?
Oh my.
He is.
He has to go back mount. He has to go back mount and avoid this. He has to go back mount for the last 10 seconds.
This is it.
Oh my God. He should have went back mount a while ago.
It's
over. It's over.
4 seconds left on the clock. Humble, you were right, bro. He was pushing for that finish at the end.
Like a race caution, like we seen earlier on with the submission attempt, but again, just taking his time, posturing up, and then getting it off. If he had one denial right there, he might not have got it. He just bagged himself some extra points for that finish in the third round because there's more points in PT for finishes over people who go to decisions. So essentially, he just might have pushed himself up a tiny bit more up the ranking, Cyrus.
Yeah,
might give him a spot. Might give him 8th instead of 9th or 7th instead of 6th.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, sometimes those points can, at the extremes, same with anything, the small changes, the small variables at the extremes make the biggest difference. So those points all accumulate throughout this season, and getting finishes absolutely vital. What a freaking fight, though, Jay. You're a man is exactly right. These guys came out there. I mean, every single fight here this evening has done it, but this fight continues that trend here this evening. Kevin Holland gets his hand raised once again and does so by knockout, showing that he has the ground game you were talking so highly of, bro.
It's so crazy to me. He could have went back mount because he was getting denied. He could have went back mount for the end of the round just to survive at that point and not get finished.
Yeah, but he must have kind of, I don't know, maybe he just couldn't take the reins right there. The other guy was moving freely, did what he wanted to do, gets the thing. I just like the willpower for, you know, for him to kind of come through right there and get a finish as well, that's what makes sense. You know, if either guy kind of didn't get a finish, it would have left a sour taste in people's mouths. No one kind of remembered it. Now we remember that. So it was a great finish. 4 seconds left of the clock.
Yeah, exactly. You said these guys got to come out here and put on big performances, and I have to say the Webo, you know, it's one thing, right, just to come out here and have a fantastic 30-second knockout. That definitely sticks out in the mind. But to come out here and to get beat solidly for 5 minutes in the first round of that fight, and then to come back, second round dominated, third round back and forth a little bit, but then was able to turn it up in the last couple of minutes to get the finish. Webo showing that there's levels to his game, showing that there is obviously a deep knowledge for mixed martial arts, and when he's on the mat, if he decides to continue to employ that as part of his all-round game, he is definitely going to be a menace on the Xbox division. Myself personally, though, I am now very, very much hyped up for the next one, my man. It is KM Intro up against M-Town's finest. Former KM member is M-Town as well, I do believe, and these guys are going to be very familiar with each other. They both have very pleasurable styles to see in this cage. They come with very silky smooth striking out here, Humble, and you know, quite honestly, this is a pick 'em. I can't see which way this one's going to go.
Well, that's kind of the, well, it was the sort of betting line as well. The betting line was 50-50. It's kind of swung in Motown's favour. But it's one of those fights where either of these guys just can come out and shine, J-Dime, and it's whoever's going to do that from these guys. But we'll get to see it. And if you look at the actual record, 34 and 33, it couldn't be any closer.
Yeah, hold on. They said, hold on. They said don't say former. They said he is in the camp. Don't say.
It ain't on the graphic, so I didn't know, all right? I just assumed he was no longer in it. Sorry, Mr. KM Caliber. Didn't mean to make you cry, my man. But these guys... I love Caliber, bro. He's all good, but like these guys very familiar with each other. 34, 33. But when it's under the bright lights, that's when it matters the most, as you well know, Jay. And now is the time they're going to have to turn up.
Yeah, you said it best. And whether Intro win or lose, I like the way he fight. He has like an aesthetically pleasing style to watch.
Yeah, that is true. He has it's like he's got his own sort of combinations, his own sort of beats as well. There's a lot of guys like that, and Motown Finest is not particularly bad to watch either. Motown Finest has got some brilliant highlight reel finishes from last season. Did really, really well. Held himself accountable throughout the season for wins and losses, essentially, and grew throughout the season. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. We're constantly getting new competitors, Cyrus, kind of who have done okay in one season and then fantastic the next. Is Motown Finest going to be one of those guys?
Bro, one thing I love about KM as a whole, right? Those guys, they have a really good group of fighters, and they don't make excuses. Their wins, their losses, you know, they earn everything they get. And quite honestly, when they do shit like that, J-Dime, how can you not be a fan of what these guys bring to the table? All of them do this shit. It looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I like the way these KM guys fight, and Intro may not be the best one, but he's probably my favorite to watch just because of the creativity of the combos he throw.
Yeah, it mixes up really well. You'll see him extend the lunging sort of shots onto the end of his combinations and add them kicks into there as well. He'll try and gain reactions. If he's not getting that, you might see half of a combination one time and the full combination later on in the fight when his opponent's reacting how he wants to react. That's what he does. Motown's Finest has gone through some adversity. He needs to make adjustments. He needs to remember, Cyrus, and this is something I always try to touch upon when you fight a teammate. You need to be ruthless out there. This isn't sparring.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And honestly, these guys do. They are brutal out there. They want to showcase, obviously, their skills. They, you know, want both guys to be able to turn up. They want to fight the best of each other, but ultimately they want to secure those points. They want to put themselves in very top positions come, you know, the next couple of events here in Primetime MMA. Introspectively looking as good as he ever has here this evening, perfectly timing his shots, maintaining the range excellently. But M-Town, man, he's a true gamer, Jay. He really is. He makes great reads on his opponents, and he has a kind of a marauding style that makes this cage feel a little bit more claustrophobic than it needs to be.
Yeah, and the fact that they know each other so well, that's what makes these fights even better. They're campmates, Humble.
Yeah, that's it. And that's in the record that they've got against each other, so you'll see adjustments. But what I'm seeing from Intro so far is that he's like, you know, those guys that do really well once they start hurting you, they've got a combination that will always hurt you or finish a fight. Intro's got tons of them, and he's landed 2 so far that have really done some damage. One of them was to the body right there of Motown. He can't take 2 or 3 of those, Cyrus. 2 or 3 of those is fight ending.
Exactly right. Bro, the body work is something else, man. Like the lunging strikes and everything else. Okay, was I mean, I'm sure Caliber and the other guys will back me up on this. Was all originally kind of taken from Intok, who was a sensational striker. But the way that these guys then add ripples to that and has made it a hyper competitive style, it's truly something beautiful to behold. Nothing is safe, Humble. Nothing is safe. Your head health, your body health, they are not going to discriminate on where that damage is coming, but you know that it's adding up real quick with the types of flurries that they throw.
Yeah, these two must enjoy fighting each other because it's like they fight correctly, J-Dab. You know, they fight like it's a real fight. They try to set up shots. They throw different combinations to set up other shots. They're using their brain rather than using cheese or anything like that, so it's kind of nice.
So who are you talking about using cheese? Who are you dissing right now, Humble?
Some people, including myself, they use cheese, you know, when the fight's not going your way. A few knees and elbows in there, a few death kicks, J-Dab. We've seen it a bit of time.
Oh, we've seen a lot of death kicks tonight.
You know what I mean? That is cheese, as we would say, but these two are setting up shots. They're moving technically. If they are setting up a shot, that's like a knee or an elbow. They're doing it purposefully and not just because it's overpowered. So it's beautiful work so far. Bit too nice, though. Bit too nice, you know.
Bro, I could watch this all day, every day. I'm telling you, the way that these guys cover the cover range, the defensive soundness of both guys. And quite honestly, the shot selection, it's something that not too many guys are able to replicate. I mean, to go up against a KM guy, you know, you've got to fight a KM guy to replicate what they do. It's a unique style, and as you see, it causes problems even for each other.
Man, even though they're teammates, Intro looks like he's controlling us. He still can't figure Intro out right now, Humble.
Yeah, he's catching him in the body a lot as well, which is the creek shot. The main shot that he's landed as well is at the left. The lead hook to the body after a combination. He doesn't just throw the lead hook, he throws a combination and catches him with the lead hook. And that's what's catching him really, really well. He's starting to go with the jab, or the straight, now as well to the body. So sneaking shots in, that's going to deplete your opponent's stamina and stop them from advancing into a combination. It's very good to get people to second guess themselves, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying this as a spectator, as a viewer. This is art right now.
Oh, it is art, but I like violence, and here we go.
And this is beautiful violence, though.
Yes, it is. The combination of both, right? That beautiful violence, beautiful destruction. These guys continuing to paint their artistry here this evening. Looks like Masvidal is trying to answer back, but Holloway's overall strike volume has started to add up. He's got him on the ropes a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And there's a difference between, there's nice artwork, there's lovely artwork out there, but I want the intensity in those brush strokes, Cyrus. I want some action, you know, I want some rocks back and forth, big moments from either guy, because that's what you need to win the round, and that's what we're getting right now. Intro starting to heat it up, gets a rock combination, Motown is answering, and we are going for it now. Last 50 seconds of this round, J-Dan.
Man, I feel like KM M-Town is stuck just like me, enjoying the show. I feel like he just, you know, he's a spectator just like me right now.
Let's start with the defense as well of Holloway. He's moving well on the outside. He's kind of keeping away from Motown. Oh, nice work.
Oh my. Oh, nice. He got the moment he needed.
There's the knee as well.
That's what you need, though. It's a game of inches. He got that moment he needed.
No respect in that bit there, Cyrus. Was there? He went for it there. You could see that's how you need to fight. You need to go for it. I know they're technically fighting. I feel like Motown should make it a bit dirtier because Intro was with him. You know?
I agree with you. I feel like it's on him to make this a dirty fight. Because Intro is, you know, when it comes to technique, to his technique, he's coming out ahead. And I feel like M-Town's starting to do that, Jay. He's pressing the action. He's getting those, you know, kind of combinations are flowing, but he's got to be willing to eat one to give one.
Yeah, well, I'm just, like I said, M-Town is enjoying the show just like me, but he needs one more moment to change the tide because Max Holloway has been controlling this, Humble.
He's been in that block a lot, but obviously Intro's stamina is incredibly high. His block is down low. If we see a head kick come from Motown, he might sneak one in sooner or later. Intro might not be there. You see setting up to the bodies now. Oh, nice work. We're going to see from Intro. Nice. And he up again, Cyrus.
Yes, it is. Combinations coming thick and fast. 3 minutes 30 left in this third and final round. Beautiful body hook. Once again from Intro, finding the home for his combinations. M-Town trying to dig deep out here, Jay. And he may just be able to do it if he can get another big combination to land.
Yeah, it's possible. He's not. Oh my goodness. Why did I say that?
I mean, it was possible, bro, but Intro has different plans, bro. He has different plans.
Yeah, it's still possible because he's getting Max block low, but Max is also beating his ass too.
And Intro just made a nice read right there. You will be trying to capitalize on that. He's been caught with something twice. He kind of just made a slight adjustment. He's testing the waters right now, trying to set something up, but Masvidal, Motown's finest, still going for that Hail Mary. Still trying to push the action. I'm expecting the kitchen sink to be getting thrown at Intro in the next minute, Cyrus, because he's going to have to win this fight.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely down right now. He's had big moments. But it is, honestly, I feel like it's almost like that Yoel Romero, man. He needs to wait for a moment to just explode and use everything that he's got in that gas tank. Just unload the combination. He hits harder. You know, and Max Holloway is a hard guy to finish, so...
Oh!
Nice work. Stops himself there going from throwing that extra shot. That's really important because it's leaving wide open right there if you threw the shot.
Yeah, he don't need to wait for his moment. He need to create the moment. There's 1 minute left. He wants something, go get it.
I'm expecting something big to come from Motown. I don't want to say what, but I'm expecting something big, Cyrus, to come out of him because he's been setting something up through the entire round. He hasn't thrown it yet, so you know, he's.
Oh my god!
That's probably why, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's because of the damage coming back his way. Every time I think he's about there, Intro lights him up, and he does it one more time here this evening to get that goddamn finish, Humble. Introspectively looking as good as he is, good as he ever has. Sorry, Cam Intro. God damn, looked like a man possessed here this evening. A beautiful fight, an excellent dance partner in M-Town's finest, but ultimately there could only be one Kingsman here this evening, and that was Intro.
Yeah, exactly that. And do we lie to you? Do you listen to us? We said at the start of this fight, before it starts, Intro is one of those guys that's beautiful to watch. He has those combinations that belong to him, and he's set up and he's practiced in the lab and he's kind of come up with. A lot of people don't do that. I think it's UFC's fault with the training, but he does, and it makes him stand out. J-Dime, it's interesting to watch because you don't know when them combinations are coming. You can't predict them.
Yeah, and Caliber said about his teammate, introspectively not choking during a comp fight is a scary fellow.
He is, bro. He is. This guy turned up. I'm telling you, like. That's honestly always been the battle with Intro. Like, I know the KM guys, I know what they're all capable of, and Intro's been one of the guys that, since day dot, you know, you go and fight that guy in the gym, you know, you have those gym heroes, you ain't beating this guy in a spa, bro. Like, this guy lights you up, and he makes it look easy.
He's Michael Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, he's Michael Johnson,
right?
Yeah.
The thing is, Michael Johnson's got older and his body's deteriorated. Intro isn't, he's an esports player, so essentially, if someone can teach him how to obliterate those nerves and fight like he's sparring, and probably a bit more aggressive, Cyrus. That guy's a top contender, if not champion. You know, so that's all he's got to do. That's all he's. It's not a big ask. Just getting used to getting rid of those nerves. It takes experience, takes time, takes a lot of learning in the spotlight. Essentially, he needs to do.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, through the highs and the lows, he's always had a lot of support due to the style that he brings to the table. But when he puts it all together, as Caliber said, he's a scary man in that cage, and I hope that he can continue to do so. That experience that he has accumulated from the competitive scene as a whole, not just under Primetime MMA, but multiple other promotions. He's a guy that's put in the work, and I feel like that work is now starting to really kind of bear some fruit as he gets another big W here this evening over a teammate, a friend, but ultimately just another step in the road for KM Intro here this evening. It sets us up beautifully for the featured fight of Primetime 92. It is between Demo and STK Reaper, just giving these guys a couple of extra moments to get all set up for this main event. Of course, Reaper been doing great working in the back. I'm sure the guys that have been competing have been working with him. He's been wrangling in the back, and sometimes that can impact your style a little bit, Humble. If you've been working on the same night, it's hard to work and fight in the same night, but Reaper's a true professional, and I imagine that he is going to have put that to one side and probably been trying to get some spars in along the way. Man's been multitasking.
Yeah, probably it's difficult to do wrangling and kind of think and focus. What people have to understand is if you're watching and you're kind of fighting, you get to see all the other fighters before, you get to see the tempo of the show, you get to pick up little things and notice little things and coach and kind of corner like you do. And that helps you because you go into the next fight kind of with a bit of knowledge. It's not kind of just jumping out of one role and into another, essentially. So those nerves can be a factor. Also, sometimes Reaper turns up, you know, J-Time. Sometimes Reaper turns up and he does a fantastic performance. I feel like second round Reaper is a different story though, because that's where he essentially gives up a lot of his fights. Similar to myself.
Yeah, y'all both suck, Humble. I'm just playing.
Second round. We should fight each other, really, me and Reaper. So who sucks more?
That's a great fight. You and Reaper's a great fight, but all jokes aside, though, Reaper has the tendency to win some fights he's not supposed to. Reaper isn't bad. We like to joke, but Reaper's a good player sometimes.
That's because he could take it, isn't it? That's why we joke, because he is one of the boys. But fantastic work for Reaper as well. Thank you so much for the contribution. As you said, Cyrus, been a fantastic staff member since we're a continuing growing ship that keeps adding new people. And if you do want to be part of Primetime, we'll put a link in the chat. You can join our staff and help us out. But all of us work so hard, and Reaper one of those guys. So be interested to see how he does tonight. We know he loves this. We know he loves this side of it, the competing side of it. He loves to do this. He wanted to be in the Grand Prix last year. Somehow managed to get his spot because of pullouts and stuff, Cyrus. But he's going to want to.
He may have paid somebody.
Yeah, he may have paid someone, you know.
Well, he has an opportunity. Featured fight is where he finds himself here this evening. A big spot ahead. Yeah, this is a bit odd. I mean, one of the things that Reaper does so well, Jay, is that he throws that straight and digs the lead body hook. And he picks fighters that have fundamentally strong boxing, so you just have to be careful of that, because I feel like a lot of his opponents read that and they try to fire those uppercuts to catch him, you know, going for it.
Yeah, and this is for some reason every time I see a Dustin fight in PT, he's fighting Dan Ige. Like, it's really common.
Yeah, it is. You're right, and it must be just the sort of because we're in the 4-star picks, aren't we? So it's kind of, you know, this is what we do, 4-star picks. And Reaper. I don't use Dan Ige, so I don't know. J-Time, like I know he's good. I know his stats, but I haven't essentially played with him, so I'm not quite aware of like how kind of he feels. But he must feel okay because I've had some success with him as well.
Same. I agree with you. I see people use my plate against him, but I just don't use Dan Ige. I don't know how it feels to use Dan Ige with this game.
Oh my god, bro.
Very well.
Oh my god.
Reaper knows how it.
My fucking god. What a combination, bro.
Why did you do that to Reaper? Why did you just do that?
I was just about to say,
No.
Reaper knows how it feels to be playing with Dan Ige. Reaper knows. We should ask him. But as Cyrus just said there, what a whopping combination that was. That came out of some.
That was out of left field.
Yeah, that was like, you know when you see them viral videos, J Diamond, some like dude square up to someone else, and the guy looks innocent and stuff, and then he just throws out some kung fu moves and some mad combination, knocks dude out, and you think, man, you shouldn't have fucked with him. That's exactly what that was. All calm and nice, and then he was just like, pow, hit you with my special tech and stuff.
You know that.
Crazy.
Little Charlie fucked about, found out. That's kind of almost what it felt like. He fucked about in that way and he found out real quick. Jesus Christ, that is knockout of the night right there. I mean, it's going to take a bit to top that. That shit was about as clean as it ever gets.
It couldn't have happened to a better friend. It couldn't have happened to a better player as well in Reaper. You know what I mean? Like, it couldn't have happened to someone better. Maybe Doc, but that is a joy to behold. That Cyrus, that is amazing.
Oh yeah, truly, brother. That was that was something else. Look, I love Reaper, but my God, I love knockouts more, bro. That knockout was sensational. And if Reaper had to be offered up on the altar of kind of competitive sacrifice, and that's what happened here this evening. But my goodness, Demo, talking about finding a way to leave an impression, that man was able to do that here this evening, and some. Absolutely amazing. And my goodness, we have already arrived. The main card is here. Yeah, bro, that was quick. That was real quick. It was actually so quick that we need to give these guys about a minute to get ready. So as we hit the midway point in the card, we still have, what is that? I think it's like 6-7 fights left for us to fire through on this main card. All of the main fights obviously still to come, and that's crazy to think when you think about all the fights that we've just had here this evening. The action is only just starting. So without further ado, we are going to take a short 60-second intermission, and we will be back with you to run through the rest of Primetime 92 and get towards those title fights in the main and co-main event that we have set up on the Xbox and PlayStation division. And we are back. Primetime 92 is at hand. The main card still to follow. Joining me in the commentary booth, of course, JDime TV, Mr. Humbledink. My goodness, what a prelims we have just witnessed, and this main card promises to be that handsome. The first fight, god damn man, it is Trixie, BFAP Trixie up against KM Winter. Former champion, potentially pound-for-pound GOAT in Primetime MMA, has his own emo tumble, now going up against another Kingsman in KM Winter that's been rising through the rankings fast and has the biggest fight to date ahead of him in this one. Potential opportunities opening up if he can get through the one and only BFAP Trixie.
Yeah, Kate Winter last season did really fantastic, and he put himself in positions like this to fight these types of guys throughout the season. It'll be interesting to see how he does again. We're all talking about pressure and how people adapt. We've seen a lot of guys come through last season. It was essentially a two-way horse race with Fadinator and Trixie for maybe a couple of seasons. And then last season we had Capalot, Bossman, Caliber, all these people came through Cyrus and started winning those belts and doing really well. It'll be interesting to see this season and how this compares to last, because the talent pool is just growing constantly for Primetime.
Yeah, the way that these guys continue to develop, the way that these guys continue to evolve really out here, Jay, has been truly one of the kind of most impressive things. And Trixie has been at the forefront of that for so long that there's so much footage on him, and somebody like KM Winter can come into this with not only teammates facing Trixie in the past, but just an absolute massive wealth of kind of knowledge at his disposal if he wants to go back and do that homework.
And I think this is a big fight for Trixie, because Trixie has taken a few losses he expected to win, and if Trixie builds up losses, will he become a gatekeeper? Is what I was about to say.
Last season he did have losses, but he did win the belt quite a few times, and he is just nearly got finished right there.
Yeah.
Crazy side.
My God, man. Like, Trixie not going his way right now. It's not going his way. Trixie has bounced back from worse in the past, but KM Winter, to be honest with you, 15 minutes ago, he was trying to drive back from work to be able to make this event. No warm-up needed. He came into this fight hot out of the gate, stack guard, ground and pound.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh, bro.
He's good at surviving.
Man, Winter's just put some damage on him.
Yeah. That's what Trixie. That's what he's best at. As great as he is great at surviving.
He's already started catching him. Winter exchange just needs to calm down a second.
Oh my God!
Now it's Trixie's turn.
Now my turn. It's like you give him the baton. It's like you just give him the baton and then
he said no. It's my turn again.
Trixie and Winter put on a shot.
Oh my God, bro!
It's over.
What a fight, man! As quick as it was, what a fucking fight! Oh, Jesus!
That was the best quickie fight.
Quickie.
The best quickie, yeah, it was amazing. That was one of the best 60 second specials, I guess we could call that. That fight could go in a little clip for fight of the year candidate for that's a Gaethje Poirier sort of fight. You know what I mean? One round, hug him, see what happens, and then one guy goes down. Trixie
That was like lightning in a bottle, right there.
What a win! Talk about statements, Tyrus.
Yeah, fuck, man, that was something else. Winter came out here with absolutely almost zero pressure on him, to be honest with you. He fought like he had nothing to lose, and my goodness, did he run away with a victory above all others here this evening. Standout performance from that man. Obviously a bounce back as expected from Trixie, but it was short-lived as Winter was just a little bit too much and overwhelmed him for that finish. I love seeing Trixie fight. He is personally one of my favorite fighters to see ever compete. He has had so many top-level fights under this promotion, and people will be counting him out after some tough losses, but rest assured that this man will be back better than ever. But as I say all of that, Winter now moves on with a big win under his belt and a lot of opportunity ahead of him. To get a finish early over such a top guy, that is statement shit, bro. That is amazing. But what a way to kick off our main card, Humble. Gonna throw it back to you, my man. Up next, we have two guys that let me just quickly double check. Sorry, I believe these guys are going to be good. MK Dave up against ATB. Just quickly double check, sorry. Should be a fun fight. Hopefully it's still going ahead. It is. Good to see. ATB was an MIA for a moment, but the man is back now. Just getting himself prepared, Humble. Just getting himself prepared.
Here we go. Here we go. We've got Conor McGregor versus Volkanovski. Obviously, we moved to the main sort of roster, J down. We've got them 5-star picks now, and we've seen a few Volks already. Volk is overpowered. Use the what's going on, sorry?
They better not grapple. Listen. Because the thing is going from 93 to 140. Like, that's the jump every time. It's going to go to 140, 137. So, y'all better strike. Y'all better not attempt a takedown here.
Yeah, those hands got to be let fly.
Well, sometimes that could be a problem as well. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see how. I guess you just gauge it in this one. We'll see how it goes. But not the best sort of start with the ping, Cyrus. But hopefully, it doesn't affect the gameplay too much. Hasn't tonight? We might have had a few swings that we've not noticed. We just noticed this one.
Yep, for sure. I mean, the stream itself is 4K. Bro. Like,
it's crispy.
Looking clean. So hopefully, no impacts there. But these guys, I know they're true warriors. They're going to come out here, leave it all on the line. Got that Volkanovski pick, bold Volkanovski at that, a little bit more aerodynamic up against the old style Conor McGregor. This guy's got hands, man, so have to be a little bit wary. He's going to start out the gates real quick.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, yeah. This the fight I want to see. I like this type of fight right here. You see bad ping, okay, we're going to stand in the pocket and brawl. I like this.
Yeah, no chance for movement. I liked what he did at the start of the fight. He went straight to the body with a jab. That's going to help him keep his opponent's stamina low. Oh, gee. How many pulls have we seen tonight that haven't landed? Crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God, he folded him like a chair. Oh, my.
Nice hammer fists.
Oh, it's over.
Quickest fight, bro. Quickest fight.
Hey, he just folded.
Press OK, bro. Press OK. We need to see how quick that actually was, because that might be one of the contenders. You know, like
he just folded him. No,
that was
folded him. Dino said
that might be performance of the night right there.
He just listened to me. He just folded him like a chair. When that body shot landed, you knew it was over.
Do you know what's crazy? We've had that first fight of this evening was the submission one. We had knockout of the night previously, well, potential knockout of the night with Demo, and then Trixie and Winter. Winter was trying to win performance night or knockout night, and then you just seen that right there. And we've still got 5 fights left, or 6 fights left, Cyrus. Yeah. So everyone's coming for scraps tonight. I'm telling you, everyone's coming for bonuses. I wish we could give more out. I feel like we need to be a bit more. We can't because of the way we run the league, but need to be a bit more opery tonight. People deserve some performance bonuses, some backhanders after the fights.
You never know, bro. You never know. I mean, these guys continue. We'll have to see how the rest of the card goes, but if anything has been seen so far, or the previous fights or anything to go by, these next ones do not freaking blink. And I have to say, these next 2 guys, they're truly those guys, bro. They are those guys. You got Raw Matrix. He is stepping into the cage, one of the nicest guys in the community, but one of the baddest guys in the cage. Do not want to be standing across from that man as his opponent now finds himself Professor Potato back in the cage. Yeah. God damn, Raw Matrix, Professor Potato. This is a fun
we love this fight, Humble. What they call him?
Professor Potato versus the Matrix. Here we go. Okay. Who's edge of the cliff?
That's Professor Potato.
That's Professor Potato.
Edge of the cliff is Professor Potato. Here we go. What a name. Some people.
I like both of the names. I like Edge of the Cliff and I like Professor Potato. I like both of them.
No, Edge of the Cliff is Professor. Oh yeah, to be fair, it's 2 good names. He's good at coming up with names.
2 good names.
You know when someone needs to make content, like because of just the name alone, you know, like that needs to happen.
Literally,
Professor Potato needs. I don't know if he does make content. Like
he needs to.
Yeah, we need people to hook us up with your content because how we're supposed to know if you don't know. So make sure you post it in our channels that we have relevant for you to post your content to our viewers. But look at this. We've got. I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to butcher it. You can do it. You can do it for me. Rakhmadov. I don't know.
I can say it if I see it. You know, like I have to see it. But this will be a really fun fight. Okay. Rakhmadov. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rakhmadov versus Covington. Here we go. Matrix was 2 up as well, but we don't know what that's from.
Yeah, it only matters when the bright lights are shining. That is right now. Obviously, it's going to be confidence building for Matrix, though, but these guys are definitely going to have reads on them, or reads on each other, as Professor Potato shoots the first takedown of the fight. Easily defended by Matrix, though, Jay.
Yeah, and I like the Shavkat pick. Shavkat's really good, and I think he could be a future champ, too. but you got to get past Kobe first.
Yeah, the stamina for Shao Kahn is what I struggle with, but it's probably the way I fight. It's just that I feel like
He could have died there when he could have died there.
And I know Matrix fought someone last week, I believe Saracen beat them as well, if I was watching correctly. And I can't remember who that was, but I'm sure it was a top contender. So this must be a big fight for Matrix right now, especially so high up in the card. We're fighting Professor Potato, so these two guys might potentially be fighting for a shot at the title.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's to be trusted, but Dino's in the chat saying that this that 2-0 is actually under Primetime in some of the previous seasons. So that's a fun thing to notice. We'll have to see. He also said that Professor Potato doesn't keep scores; he settles them.
He settles them.
It was a cold line. I liked it. But he's actually looking real good here this evening. So those 2 losses definitely not going against him, at least mentally, as he continues to pour on action and kind of meet some fire with fire.
It's very unorthodox, J Dime, the way he's kind of fighting at the moment on the outside. I think the pattern, Matrix is a pattern thinker, you know, he likes to break down patterns. He kind of plays to your style rather than his own. He has his own style, but his is to kind of pressure box you and find your weaknesses, find your habits. So that's what he's trying to do right now.
Yeah. We got Kobe on the back foot more than I've ever seen him. Usually Kobe's pressing, but he doesn't look bad doing this, Cyrus.
Oh.
Yeah, and he actually has a stamina
That should have stunned him.
So although I think this may be a little bit tactical. Big head kick again.
I'm seeing I'm seeing from playing Matrix, being the same team with him and then knowing him, I'm seeing a Matrix that's kind of impatient at the moment. He's really trying to press the action, and his stamina is suffering massively for that. The way he's doing that is he's a combination striker, but he's not setting up his combinations. He's throwing 2 or 3, 4 shots, and 2 or 3 of them are missing at least, Cyrus.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the Matrix basically has won this round, so he needs to take the next 50 seconds just to conserve a bit of stamina, look for some openings on some counters, because he doesn't want to get gassed up against somebody like Colby. Who, I mean, when he starts to get his opponents, tired, he just melts them, Jay. He just starts running through them. You can't be tired up against Colby. Can't.
Nice.
If Kobe eats another head kick and don't get stunned, how many head kicks can Kobe eat, Humble?
Yeah, if the head kick block is essential, to break the head kick block essentially is for later on in the fight. It's almost like a battle against the stamina, isn't it? So, but for me in that round, Matrix has just got to be thinking about his stamina, thinking about how can he win the next round and conserve sort of his stamina, because he doesn't want a third round where he's got nothing. Like Cyrus said, he doesn't want to fight Colby in a third, because Colby can get him out of there if he gets him hurt.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Matrix is fighting like his heart is racing. I think he needs to calm down. I think he just needs to calm down a little bit.
And breathe.
Yeah.
Matrix, actually, we've seen this kind of stuff from him in the past, though. When he's composed, man, he just chooses his shot so well, he doesn't really get gassed, but sometimes the moment can get a little bit ahead of him, and maybe a little bit overconfident coming into this
There we go.
Looking good, but, obviously it's a time thing, man. At a certain point, it may just move the other way unless he can do this damage.
Nice, he started for a lead hook. That's what's catching him. The lead hook is landing because it's close. And that's the little adjustment he's made. He is getting taken down now, though, and this is where Covington needs to excel. He's got 4 minutes to work. He needs to try and make Matrix kind of panic a bit and take advantage of this year.
Yeah, and I think he can do it. Oh, nice. But yeah, he needed this because Matrix was starting to build up damage on the head health, Cyrus.
Exactly right. But as you guys were saying, he needs to be active and he needs to be dominant in these positions, because the stamina attacks and the damage is only going to stack up if he does that. Some beautiful denials as he gets himself into top mount, but the defense holding strong for Matrix so far. But he's not out of the woods, Humble. Another denial keeps him in this very, very tennis position.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful. He's trying not to bobblehead as well. People ask what bobbleheading is, and he's not doing it. He's moving his head at the correct times essentially there to try and dodge the shot, which is perfect. And he has took some damage. I feel like he's put himself in worse positions because he wasn't patient enough. But that is Matrix. Everything starts slow, including when he starts to grapple. Everything starts slow, and then he picks it up. As the fight goes on, he starts to learn, starts to remember what he's supposed to be doing. He gets more dangerous as he starts to pick up patterns. And we started this round, he was catching that lead hook J-Time, so it's very close still.
Yeah, this is a close round, but Kobe is taking that stamina away by denying him, Cyrus.
Yeah, well, honestly, some massive denials from both guys at this point. Although he's doing some good things, I am blown away with the
Why
fact
did he
that
get
he
up?
decided to separate.
Why
That
did he
was-
just get up?
He doesn't like to do that. He's not the. I think he's wasting sort of energy and style. But I feel like he could have took the end of that round maybe. But,
Yeah, it's not even about if you don't want to fight. It's about being smart at that point. Like that's,
you know, Matrix's finishes all come from the feet. He's had some success. He wasn't losing that, and now he's gonna get taken down with no stamina. This is where the problem starts.
this
the
wouldn't have
stamina.
happened if he wouldn't have got up.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe just fighting with a little bit of ego out here. Is Rachmanov, Matrix does. He needs composure, man. He needs those raw boys in the corner, just letting him know, you know, you could be ahead in this fight. Just play it properly, otherwise, Professor Potato.
Oh, it's starting to sway. It's starting to sway with the stamina. Take down, and this is gonna win the round.
Oh,
That was a close round until like.
he could have, but he had the round because he was the one on top. But he decided to get up. It's still beyond me. Like this is a good reversal, but he should never got up, Cyrus.
Definitely. Look, in matchups like this, it is the narrowest of margins. And he needed that top control time, didn't get it. And for my money now, I feel like, I mean, Matrix need to finish right here. Am I saying that? Or is it 1-on-1? I mean, he needs this third round for sure. He needs this
I
third
can't
round for
remember.
sure.
Yeah, I cannot remember because that first round was, I believe, he got some success in that first round.
Yeah, one apiece, right?
Oh,
That was good.
maybe not. I don't know, but that's not going to help. It's even to me that wasn't good because that's not Matrix. He wants to build up the strike and he wants to build up the punching. Like the way he throws them kicks at the moment, they're almost like they shouldn't. If they weren't there, I think he'd do a bit better. Those are what got him caught essentially. Cyrus, the death kicks and the.
Oh, another head kick.
Yeah, he's letting them fly, bro. He's letting them fly for sure. We've got a lot of people saying 1-1, 1-1, maybe a 2-0. But this third round's vital.
he's got it.
Matrix getting the combinations going, but he gassed.
You
Got
landed
his head so low, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, Professor Potato is trying. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's not.
beautiful knee.
It's a battle list. This is like literally it could swing either way. Either guy could take this. It's the damn stamina versus the head health, as we've seen so many times. Still throw punches when you're tired. That's where Professor Potato needed to capitalize, and he does. And let's see if he can kind of make this count right now.
Oh, he's up.
Go get up. Yeah, stamina still looking. Look at the stamina advantage for Colby. This is what we said, right? Coming to that third round. This is where he was going to find himself. Head kick lands. Doesn't get the stun, and that's because of the stamina, I think.
How many head kicks has he landed? He gonna keep trying. He doesn't get out the way those head kicks at all.
And if he does, I'm guessing Matrix has got something to start. But you know, nice work. He's got not enough stamina to kind of do the damage though off the brick. You know.
Oh,
What? Thought he got it. Takes a turn and takedown instead.
that's smart.
Very, very smart. Like I said, we talked about Dirk Dave earlier on. You know, he's a tactician in that sort of. A lot of people do that, don't they? Good wrestlers, good guys who know they kind of need to win a round. They'll shoot when they hurt their opponent, dominate. They'll get a takedown, Cyrus, do a bit of damage,
Yeah.
make them work.
It's smart, man. It is smart. Oh my god. Back on the feet now. Raw Matrix in a world of pain, keeping that takedown defense high. Gets one of his own, but the stamina is still so dire at this stage. And Colby feels like he's ahead in this fight and ahead in this round. Just trying to bide his time to find another big shot or walk away with a victory as he goes for a single leg humble.
We get it. Yeah, no stamina. Raw Matrix blocked it, but he had nothing to kind of block it with. Get up. And he's got 45 seconds to do something. Professor Potato is literally hanging on for dear life. He's trying his best to see out this round here, Dan.
I want to finish, man. I don't want to see no decision. Like, this is pissing me off right now.
15 seconds, can he do it? Half guard, he now finds himself in one big posture, 10 seconds on the clock. Looks like he's happy to go to the next.
He's trying to finish him. Matrix is too good.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. When you're flurrying in 4 seconds, I don't know if that's trying to get the win. He ends in a flurry as the reversal from Raw Matrix.
Go on.
Decision.
Professor Potato?
Professor Potato, bro.
Yeah.
He gets the W. Gets the goddamn W. And, you know, like I said, he was down 2 fights under Primetime MMA against Raw Matrix in previous seasons. So that's going to be feeling good for him. He's got to be feeling good.
That's how you kind of got to fight Matrix. I think Matrix we'll look back at that fight and see some logistical sort of things he can tweak. Like I think he came out of the blocks a bit too fast. If he didn't have those def kicks and was kind of linking those combos together, and he missed a few of those, they can whop your stamina. They can bring you right down.
Yeah, and I don't know. Raw Matrix looked like he was fighting with his ego that fight. Like he didn't look too good in that fight, to be honest with you.
No, from the beginning, honestly, he was pushing the pace a lot quicker than he was normally, and I do feel like he was fighting with ego for sure. What are you laughing at, Humble? What was that?
Just shit. It was just shitting on Matrix. No, I'm joking. No, I do know what you mean. I don't think he was fighting with ego though. I think it was more so that he just, when you get caught in the headlights, like it happens sometimes in these bright lights. It's more nerves than ego. I think it's more like. Yeah, you go in and just 100 mile an hour, and I think Matrix cares about this league. He cares so much about it, and I think that's what it is. He goes into these fights, puts everything into it. And tonight didn't quite pay off, but he will be back.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, Matrix is one of the best guys in the community, man. He's a great guy inside the cage. I said one of the baddest guys in the cage, but he just has to come a little bit more composed in the future, and I look forward to seeing him do that. He's had some fantastic performances in the past, and I expect much of that in the future. But Professor the Potato, able to, in his mind, right some wrongs here this evening, get his W, and like we said at the beginning of the season, main card especially, that's going to do him wonders in potential matchups going forward. It does, however, lead us absolutely perfectly. Going to throw it back to you there, Mr. Humbledink. This one's on the Xbox side of the equation. It is the one and only Blink coming out here. He believes he's the best in the community. He thinks he just needs an opportunity to prove it. He gets one of those big opportunities here this evening up against FSK Driz, a man that's been around the bits and has been putting in work for some time now.
Yeah, definitely. These guys are number 6 versus number 7 in this division. As you've just mentioned, the records right there. Let's just mention a bit about last season as well, because last season is important, J-Dan. We just came off the back end of it. It was a year long, but Blink and Driz both up there in terms of performance last season. Driz I think he had multiple title shots as well, or maybe one title shot at least, but essentially he did really well to kind of separate himself from where he was the season before. I've seen massive progression from Driz. It's up essentially to Blade tonight to put a stop to that. We've seen it already. Winter and Trixie. We've seen other fights this evening where guys who you think are going to win essentially haven't won, and that could happen right now.
Yeah, that's why I love this sport though. I love mixed martial arts because anything can happen. You may think someone's supposed to win, quote unquote, but they end up getting their ass whooped.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they start very quickly here. Pushing the action is Blink on the left-hand side as TJ Dillashaw. Of course, Driz, FSK Driz with the Sugar Sean O'Malley pick. He's so rangy, he can cause a lot of problems. Sorry, I was just weird. They've got no volume. Whoever this is playing with no volume.
Playing on mute is crazy.
Some people get scared, they turn it all off thinking they're going to break some rules. Some people, I know, some people just do it, but it's interesting. But we see Driz controlling the centre of the octagon, Cyrus. He's got Sean O'Malley right there. The picture's not the best either. I'm not sure if it's just my camera, but essentially these two fighting fast.
Yeah, for sure, man. They are not really having much of a feeling out process. It's like they've made their calculations and they're just about willing to let those bombs fly. Woo! Big spin, sidestep beautifully from Blink. I mean, Blink's looking good, man. Fundamentals strong here this evening, but Sugar Sean O'Malley's a dangerous guy if he uses his range right here, Jay.
Yeah, I think Sean's the trickiest bantamweight to fight on this game, especially when he used that range, because it's hard to close distance on him, Humble.
It is, it definitely is. And TJ Dillashaw is a good counter pick as well because he's got good movement to kind of come off the centre line. That's how you close distance on him. You kind of come off the centre line when he's firing straight. You've got to go left or right when he's coming straight. That's what you do to kind of close that distance on him. And TJ is the perfect guy. What we're looking for though is lateral movement. Beautiful combination there from TJ Dillashaw. No lateral movement though, Cyrus, is what I was getting to.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And one thing that both Blink and TJ do very well is that once they've got their opponents hurt, they like to be bullies out there, bro. They don't like to be the guy, like being an equal fight. They want to bully their opponents. And getting that first rock is massive because it allows him to fight with that confidence. But can that confidence get him clipped, Jay? Because Driz seems like he's been woken up by that rock.
Yeah, but if he has confidence, that's a good thing. But there's such thing as overconfidence. If he get overconfident, then he'll get stunned.
Oh, nice work.
Oh.
Driz is hanging on. Gets a good denial right there. He needs to do some damage with it. Really important, and he does. He goes to the body with 2 knees. Committed to it, Cyrus, and got rewarded in that respect. Dillashaw still firing forward. That stamina is a problem, though.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Blink doesn't seem like he's here for a long time. He's here for a good time. May not even get that if he continues to walk on to some of these big counters from Sugar Sean O'Malley, but both guys having absolutely massive moments.
Oh,
but my goodness, he sits him down.
Oh my
time
god!
as well. This could be it. Blocks that important more to block.
Bad.
Oh,
It's over.
Takes it. Well played.
Well, in a blink of the eye, Blink gets it done. I know, bro. Too much. Blink gets it done. Gets his hand raised. In what was a really tricky fight. This was the biggest test of his run in Primetime MMA already, Humble. And I have to say, he passed it with flying colors, bro. He passed it with flying fucking colors.
Exactly. That was a stellar performance. You know, we were talking about Driz before, and now we're talking about Blink afterwards, because that's what happens. You know, these big performances get you up there. That's going to do a world of good for him. I believe that takes him to 3-0, if I'm correct, Cyrus, which is going to put him right up there. There's a few guys who else could be getting a title shot tonight. There's a few guys that are 2-0 that are fighting later on this evening, but he's going to go to 3-0 right now. Yep. It's either a title shot or a number 1 contender fight. He was ranked number 6 or something like that. So, you know, this is a huge win for him.
Yeah, for a man that said that he's the best about and he just needs an opportunity to prove it, he's proved it. Or potentially taking one step closer to proving it here this evening. Gets a big finish, main card, like you said, undefeated, now 3-0, especially early on in the season. He's going to be putting himself in a great spot, and if he's not fighting for the belt next, he's definitely going to be in with that conversation. So I look forward, bro. I look forward to seeing what this guy does in the future. With performances like that, it's hard to bet against the man, but it sets us up absolutely perfectly to go back over to the PlayStation side of the equation, J Diamond. It's going to be between Versatile, who is 2-0, ranked number 3 within the promotion, up against one of the vettiest vets about. It is B3 GOAT, looking to represent himself and his team and climb up those rankings from rank number 6 here. Big opportunity for him to get a W over an undefeated guy at the top end of that console.
Yeah, and I think that GOAT needs this win more than anything, because GOAT has had some bumps in the road because he's been fed killers and he's come up short. It's at one time he was a title contender, and now he's trying to get back to it, and starts here.
And that's the thing about Primetime. If you knew the league, like we said earlier on, that's what happens essentially. If we remember last season, Cyrus, Ed Parker's sort of run towards the title, he was fighting killer after killer after killer every single week. Our divisions are stacked. We usually have about nearly 150 to 200 competitors a season.
Yeah, probably from each console. Yeah, I mean, it gets a bit silly. It's about 200 per console per season normally, but of course you've got to make it into that kind of top 10% just to make these live cards. And when you see these guys' names continue to pop up on your screen, it's because they've earned that, man. It's trial by fire. They've gone through the gauntlet, and GOAT is one of those guys that has learned from his losses and continue to build on his skill set. The problem with him, though, is that, you know, he's always been around the top end of the ranking. So as much as we say there's no easy fights, especially when you're somebody like this who continues to win, you know, some of those top end fights and keep yourself in the top 10, it's just killer after killer, bro. It's that Stephen Wonderboy thing. You're just fighting, you know, either the GOATs or the guys that are coming through on those hot win streaks.
Yeah, exactly that. And one of those things is when you win some, you lose some. You know, you're still not losing them all, essentially. You're good enough to be there, but there's some guys that have got your number. You need to figure those guys out, and that's what he's trying to do. Of course, trying to push the action. Becoming a champion is a huge part of that as well, J-Dime. The confidence that you get from becoming a champion, knowing that you can do it, is very, very important. Not that I know.
Yeah, I heard you get a +10 to all your attributes when you become a champion. You start to fight even better. So he really needs this belt, because I was gonna say, is he as great as he say is if he can't get to that belt?
I mean, GOAT's in the name, and he made a good choice when he went over to B3. I feel like that was an area he needed to work on, was the hands, and he's looked very, very good in that domain. But I have to say, Versatile MMA, we haven't spoken about him much here this evening. He's undefeated, a little bit newer to the promotion, and he hasn't taken a step wrong so far in his run. And so far here this evening, Humble, a big pull counter a moment ago, got him a rock, and he's digging to the body, looking good. I mean, this guy seems to be measured and calculated on the feet, choosing those shots very well.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough time against a Robert Whittaker pick either way, but he's doing a good job. It's just I feel like the headshots are coming through. Goat's starting to grapple now. Goat's a fantastic grappler. So we'll see. He's going to test him essentially, see how good he is everywhere, see if there's an area that he's glaringly better, and that's how Goat's going to try and win this fight. But Versatile MMA, great name by the way. 2-0, but unaired. So with these sorts of wins at the start of the season, we're quite unsure sometimes when we've seen someone, J-Dime. We don't know their skill set compared to someone. So when you match them up against a veteran like Goat of the MMA, that's how you find out.
Exactly, and he got him in a crucifix. This is scary here. If he gets 2 denies, this match is over, Cyrus.
Yeah, and one of the things is, I mean, he was looking so good on the feet, but maybe the ground game isn't quite as equal, or maybe that's a domain that Goat is going to have some advantages in. I mean, he does against most people, but Versatile able to work out that position. Got a crucial deny off in that position just then as well, and now finds himself in half guard. But Goat is relentless out here, Humble.
Goat's world class here. Like if you're a good player on the, if you're a great player on the feet, but you're like say this says 10 levels and you're a level 3 or 4 on the ground, and go to level 8 or 9. You know, that's how good he is. So essentially, he can get fights out of here. He knows he's already won this. All he's going to do now is focus ground and pound, because his opponent's assured lack of defensive ability. Well, that's good.
But he's setting the pace is the thing. Goat's stamina, I mean, look, he was always his stamina was never great, his stamina management, when he was grapple heavy. Now he's joined the B3 boys, and they just say fuck it to the stamina and let those hands fly. So I don't think he's going to be looking to go to the 3rd round. And with the way that Versatile's been playing, we may find ourselves in a similar spot to what we did a moment ago, that 3rd round where one guy's heavily gassed. Goat just has to do enough damage where that's not a problem. Although the recovery of Whittaker was great, Humble. It was great in between those rounds.
Yeah, it was. Look at his head health of Costa. That's 2 shots away from a morgue.
Yeah, he may get put in one.
Oh my god.
Sorry, 3.
Hey, this is over, right, guys? This is over?
Yeah,
it's over.
Great stuff. Out of the gates quick in that 2nd round, like we said, he wasn't looking to go all 3 in this one either way, and he gets the finish on the feet as well after some adversity. You know, that ground game obviously loosened up the head health, as you pointed out, Humble, coming into that 2nd round, but the capitalization of those block-breaking combinations elevated him to the next level and allowed Goat to get a W over a guy that was ahead of him in the rankings.
Yeah, exactly, and he's going to push himself into a higher position, if not a title shot. I don't know who's going to be getting it because of the way the season's kind of new and who got the finishes. Now, Fastball, essentially, he's put himself right up there. You know, it's going to be interesting to see him fight next time, and in that sort of context for J-Dime, I felt like Goat felt comfortable. As soon as he knew a weakness in his opponent, he found an area, he took advantage of that. On the feet, he was a bit different.
Man, he was just hungry. That's the way I look at it. He just seen a victim. He's seen his next victim. That's all it was.
It was like John Jones and Cyril Garner fight.
Well, this one next... That was a pretty inept. Yeah, I like that. But look, this is the final fight of our kind of main card before we get to our co-main and main event, the title fights, of course. And it's going to be between one of genuinely the best guys in the community, both like outside the cage and in, KM Caliber, former champion multiple times, a man that is always looking to put on top level performances. But he, obviously coming into the season is currently 2-0, which is crazy to think, right? He wasn't in the Grand Prix, but 2-0 coming into this one at Humble. But he's going up against the guy that's also 2-0 in Nathan, 97. Both guys undefeated. They have an absolutely monumental task ahead of them, and that's to get a W against each other here this evening, because the winner of this, talking about title fights, is likely up for that next title fight, being 3-0 on this early in the season. Puts you in, well, the very, very short list of names for that next title fight.
It's literally Blink, so Blink's 3-0 at the moment.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this one's been more impressive than Blink. That's the way I look at it, because
dang.
That's the way. Yeah, did he get a first round or second round finish? I can't remember.
I think it was second. Yeah, it was quick. The one
that's what you're competing with, though. Your opponent is somebody you're competing with 100%. But if you want a title shot, you're competing with Blink.
Okay, so you hear that? You have to outdo Blink. That's the mission right here. It's not. Listen. You don't just gotta win. You gotta outdo Blink.
You have to. Yeah. Blink. You have to. He's the only other competitor 3-0 at the moment in the Xbox division, and he just beat Driz, higher ranked guy than him, in a round. So It's all about performances, individual performances, Cyrus. So whoever performs this one, let's see. Or you get performance or fight of the night or something, you know.
Yeah, get those little extra points, my man. Get those little extra points. Look, let's be straight up right here. Now, Nathan has to be 100% on form. Caliber's not a guy to be, taken lightly. He can really do it absolutely everywhere. Any area of this fight, this fight goes, he's going to be comfortable. So it's all about what Nathan can do to get him out of that rhythm. And I feel like attacking the legs like he is could be a route to success, but we'll have to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, definitely. And Caliber was one of my most improved players of last year. Like, for me, his levels went so much higher. The way he defended the title the most out of any champion, so that's a testament to itself. Only won the belt once, but he'll be wanting to do that. He's got a taste for it now. A taste for that belt, J-Time.
Yeah, because when he had the belt, he went on an impressive run where it was the best Caliber we ever seen. He had a minor setback, but he wants to get there desperately, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And people like Boss, really, the amount of competitors that we had last season come through the ranks, as we talked about earlier on, so impressive. We're gonna see if people like Nathan can come through. Cyrus is 2-0 at the moment. It's great. You play a top level guy, just like the last matchup, and it doesn't go quite to plan because that guy is brilliant in these positions right here.
Yeah, no, and this is what the vets do, man. You always see it. The vets, you may be one of the best strikers, you may be able to hang with anybody on the feet, but it's a mixed martial arts, bro. It's mixed martial arts. This ain't kickboxing. This isn't, boxing. You have to be able to defend that takedown or work your ground game of your own. Caliber is one of the most educated men on the mat, and he's looking to utilize that early up against Usman, up against Nathan, and I feel like that's what you do. If you're the veteran, you test them everywhere, Jay. You take them to where they're most uncomfortable, and obviously for this one here, it appears that is the takedown.
Yeah, that's just basically him being a veteran. You gotta, if the guy's good on his feet, put him on the mat. Show him there's levels to this game and drown him, Humble.
Exactly that, and that's what you can do. It's also chip away at the head health, chip away at the body health, let the guy kind of exert some energy, give away some patterns, do some damage, and then when it gets back to the feet, he's less dangerous. You have to land less shots to kind of hurt him than you did before. Doing this to his block right here, chipping away his block's going to do wonders going into the later rounds for Caliber.
Well, that's what Goat did in the last one, right? That's what Caliber's doing in this one. Obviously, it's a route to success, and he's doing really well. Why take the risk on the feet where his opponent is quite honestly doing work? Take it down to the mat and dominate seems to be the order here for Caliber as the ground and
Ooh, he's doing some good damage on that ground right now, Humble.
Yeah, he's going to work right there. That's almost like free reign as well. There was no fear in that ground and pound. No fear at all.
Beautiful work. Absolutely beautiful. He knew it was at the end of the round. He let those hands fly. Can that damage accumulate to enough to make this second round something like we saw from Goat in the last one? As I mentioned earlier in this fight, Caliber's fantastic on the feet as well. We didn't get to see it in that first round, but now he's done that work. He's chipped away, as you guys were mentioning. That could lead him to a big second round, and he's going to start it quick. He's going to try and keep that pressure going.
Yeah, for Nathan, he needs to forget about that round, not get taken down, and win the stand-up battle. Or, if he's better, if he feels more, some people may feel more comfortable on top, as we know. I wouldn't like fancy my chances against Caliber on the ground, but you don't know until you try, I guess,
yeah.
J-Dime. But I would prefer to kind of just out-jab him and outpoint him this round.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because you already seen what Caliber does on the ground. You got to be able to keep it on the feet by any means, Humble. But even there, Caliber isn't bad.
The one thing I find about Caliber is he does a lot of stuff like he has a lot of different combinations and moves in his own kind of moveset, so he moves his head in a certain way and he does things in a certain way. It looks really fancy and nice, but sometimes leaves him a bit vulnerable. You'll see kind of patterns sometimes, and that's the only time I feel like he kind of puts himself in danger. Apart from that, though, he's so hard to read because of the way he changes things up.
Yeah, exactly right. There are definitely some tendencies, and it's about capitalizing on those. But the combinations, I mean, look, you cannot stand in front of Caliber and take pictures, bro. This guy's going to light you up. I mean, it's interesting to note, though. I mean, Usman does hit like a goddamn truck, so it isn't going to take too many of him to test that chin of GSP.
I think Blink might be winning, Jay.
Yeah, that's very possible right now.
If I'm Blink, I'm screaming for that title shot, Doc. Nice work. Uppercut coming through. Caliber firing back, and he's hitting the block quite a bit here. I feel like the takedown might be a good option. Perfect, read my mind. Nice work.
Oh, nice.
Uses the sweep to get back to his feet, yeah.
Yeah, and I like the way Caliber is mixing in these body shots too. He's sneaking them in between them combos, Cyrus.
Yeah, he is, and of course that's going to pay dividends across the stretch. Beautiful head movement, rips, slips and rips, I should say. 1:30 left on the clock, and right now KM Caliber looking good, although the action is being pressed by Usman, but I feel like that's almost out of frustration at this point, Humble, and he's just kind of walking onto some shots.
Yeah, and it's very simple to break. Not the combinations Caliber's from, but the sort of method. If you watch his stamina, Caliber's stamina is almost always full. When he throws with the highest possible percentage of stamina, which increases your damage, and he barely lets it drop, and then he attacks his opponent's stamina when theirs drops, and that's pretty much it.
Another body shot.
Kicking.
Now he's killing him to the body.
You know what's coming. You know what's coming when he set up that body, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, right now, Caliber's not made a mistake in this fight. He hasn't taken a step wrong. He's blocked basically everything.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Big slips. Didn't have anything to return with, of course, but...
Oh, that...
the axe kick at the end there, bro. I mean, that might have been after the buzzer. Jarain Durandamine was definitely approving that one in the back, but either way, an interesting first round. Second round, I should say. Going into this third one, it's been all KM Caliber. It's all on Nathan now to try and turn the tides.
He really does. He needs to think about switching up, doing something different. He's still got a lot of stamina. His head health's kind of blinking a bit when he gets caught, but you know, there's opportunity there, right there, J-Dan. That's where he needs to land. He's got power.
Now, he does have power. He just needs his moment. He needs to land something because Caliber's going to go to the body again. Maybe he can uppercut him. Maybe he can counter him. Something, Humble.
Yeah, he's focusing on the slip at the moment. Caliber slips his head off to the left quite a bit, and he's caught him a few times doing that. But you are correct. He does throw like the third or fourth shot to that body, sometimes on the first as well, and that's why it's difficult. Is it the first, third, or fourth? He's going to throw all the takedown.
Big moment for KM Caliber right there. There was, certain kind of tides changing on the feet for a little bit. I do feel Nathan was starting to get some good work in. So why allow that momentum to continue? The veteran takes him down in what has been a absolutely sensational performance here this evening. He hasn't got the finish yet. I know the blink came out here, but he has looked about as complete of a fighter as you possibly can do. There's still a lot of time for him to work as well, and he does have submissions and ground and pound finishes on his resume, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. You know, you can still get a performance, you know, tonight for a knockout or a submission. So essentially, Caliber trying to go for something spectacular. I think I'm about to say that, you know.
I mean, look, performance is definitely there, bro. This guy he's doing everything right.
Yeah, it is. It's just tough tonight with the amount of good players they've had. Caliber has done fantastic. Beautiful work to the body. He's got to be throwing something to the head soon, Cyrus, because he has landed so many shots to the body. You can just feel it. It's in the air. It's like,
oh my God.
Another body shot. Oh!
Imagine, it didn't even rock him. It didn't even rock him.
I thought it was. They don't got no stamina, so there's not the same sting on them punches right now.
He's trying his best, Nathan, bless him, but you know he's getting beat. Getting beat to a pulp.
Oh my God!
I thought that was it.
No, it's about to be it. Oh my God! There we go.
No nonsense, Caliber. No
Fatality,
nonsense.
bro. I mean, he murdered him out there tonight. That was savage. Somebody's all had to go. Caliber decided that was not his by no way. By hook or crook, he was going to get the victory here this evening, and he did just that. Made it look absolutely sensational. I almost wish he walked off right there because the referee was about to stop it, but he decided that those follow-up shots were super necessary. He decided to ground and pound his opponent into the mat. Yeah, I don't know, man. Him or Blink. One of those guys fighting for the belt next. Like, you can bet.
Well, it's going to be a little conversation between them two in the back, you know, when they're talking in the chat, the general chat, whatever it is, and the matchmakers. It's not a bad puzzle for the matchmakers. That's all I got to say. Yep. It's not a bad puzzle at all. And we don't know who they're going to be fighting Well, we're about to find out, I guess, because it's going to be our co-main event of this evening. It is for the Xbox Primetime Championship, and it is Fadinator versus Ali DP. Cyrus, here we go.
Yes, sir. Ali is coming out here looking to secure that primetime gold here this evening for the first time ever. This is his first opportunity, J-Time, to do just that. And he is doing it against one of the guys that has been around the scene for a long time, a guy that has advanced in his playstyle over the years, given us some of the best fights that we have ever had under this promotion, up against the likes of Trixie in their trilogy and more. Obviously, he has been a dominant force since winning that belt, but it is one thing being the champion. It is one thing when you've had to work to get that name within the community, keeping that name and warding off the fast rising kind of talent within these promotions. That is what really separates the good from the great, and that is what the story is here this evening. Can he stave off another fast rising opponent in Ali, who believes that he can win the belt? And light heavyweight's a difficult weight class to do that in, Jay. It's a difficult one, bro.
Yeah, listen, we have a new up and comer, Ali, or I'm gonna call him 10. Right? and he has an advantage. You know what advantage he has?
He asked you not to call him 10 specifically.
I'm gonna still call him that. I don't care about that. But yeah, he has the advantage of there's not much film on him. Like, he kind of just appeared out of nowhere. So Fadinator probably don't know what to expect, but Fadinator is one of the greatest to ever do it. So he may have seen every style, Humble.
Yeah, exactly that. And Fadinator is one of those guys. And Ali didn't do bad last season either, by the way. Ali was 3-0 last season, just so you're aware.
Okay, nice. Oh, he's not making him undefeated, he's 2-0 this season.
Yeah, he started late. He started at the end of the season, didn't quite get to the top 16 to make the cut, and just literally he missed out by one spot in the Grand Prix. So essentially, this is an undefeated fighter from 2 seasons. So.
I honestly, I was actually in the chat a little bit earlier on, and he was like, "Is Fadinator like the GOAT of Primetime MMA? Like, you know, he talks like that. He was kind of like, you know, I can't do it, sort of things. You know, semi second guessing himself, semi believing in himself. But if you're undefeated, bro, that confidence has got to be at an all-time high, and he may realize his true potential here this evening." I mean, a great start for him. Landed a couple of combinations, had Fadinator shooting for the legs, was able to stop it, but now got reversed, Humble. Ooh, Fadinator.
You give him some praise and then you got reverse Cyrus, you know.
Oh my gosh, he's jinxing him.
You blaming me, bro? You blaming me?
Ali was taking the fight right there and finding it. Well, I was going to say this before the fight started, Jay. I wish we got to see more sort of John Jones performances from the top tier guys, because John Jones is such a GOAT fighter and like such a GOAT character in the game. Yeah.
Oh, hey, he's about to be stuck here, guys.
Yeah, he's done. It's over.
The end. Him out that quick. I mean, Fadinator is goated, but
I'm not counting him out at all. I just remember the side control he put on Nas. That's what I just remember.
He is doing the damn thing right now.
Jay like says something, it triggers my brain. Cause like, oh yeah, because we get in the same wavelength. I knew it. I just remembered that sort of beatdown in the Grand Prix, and I was so impressed with it. Anyway, let's go, Ali. He just got into the half guard position right there, but this is where Fad's been killing people right now. This position here.
Oh yeah, side control has definitely been where he's got his best work done, I suppose, in his reign here at the beginning of season 5.
He's out of traffic. He's gonna go right back to side control again every time to the stamina advantage.
This is killing you. This kills your soul. This kills your soul.
He's just got to survive. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, a couple of undeniables to Sprawl may help his case here this evening, but he needs to do whatever he can to survive these next 1 minute 20.
From one bad position to another, he blocks it though. That's a good block right there. Tries to move his head quickly there, but he gets to a neutral position. Fad. For now.
It doesn't look good right now.
He's building his crap advantage as well. If people want to know what Fadinator is doing, he's just literally tapping him, so he's the blue bar at the top. He's building up to get an easy posture up, to get an easy finish, I was about to say, but he does survive. He's got 27 seconds to regroup himself. If he can get to the end of the round, he can get back to his corner and make some adjustments, essentially.
Bro, what a tale of two halves of this round.
Oh my.
Oh, there we go. Come on, sweep.
But look, you've got to remember, the first, I know it sounds silly, right? But the first 60 seconds or so of this round, I thought to myself genuinely, I was like, this guy's going to present some problems here this evening. And then Fadnator turned it around on a dime, bro. He turned it around instantly. And when he got top control, it's a different goddamn thing. So for my money, it's all about stopping that takedown, Humble.
Yeah, I need to point something out. Fadnator did this to some of the best players in the world in that Grand Prix. I think he fought like the who's who. I can't remember the exact people. I wish someone pulled up in the truck who he fought in the Grand Prix, but it was like the best guys that you could possibly fight.
If I'm not mistaken, he fought Trixie, Dirty Dave,
Nas.
He fought Nas.
Bossman Nas. There you go.
He didn't have a
Oh my
close
god,
fight.
this might be it, bro.
He didn't have a close fight either.
He did not. Look at this. Now he's on the feet, picking them apart, single shots, pushing him against the fence, trying to hit the move. Yeah. Oh! Head kick, front kick, Fadnator stepping it up, John Jones style, and it is about to be over.
Yeah, flawless. That's flawless.
And still, brother, and still your Xbox champion of the world, Primetime MMA's finest, FSK Fadnator, does it goddamn again. Brother, this guy is, we've been speaking about people putting on runs and putting on some of these legendary kind of sequences within seasons, putting on these big win streaks. Fadnator may be on to one of those just himself. He had set so many records in previous seasons, but there are a few that have eluded him. He took a bit of a break, and much like Jorge when he went away to the reality TV show in the jungle for a little bit, he came back motivated and put on the best run of his entire career. It looks like Fadnator's done just that. He took that time away, and he's come back motivated and hungry, and you can see it in his performances, Humble, just like that.
Yeah, exactly that. And one thing we have to remember about Fadnator is, like I mentioned earlier, it was a two-way horse race between him and Trixie, running the sort of league and being the top champion over and over again, and them two were battling it out. And it was Fadnator for a long period of time. Took that break, got to 3-0, and took a risk in his last fight to fight for the championship, and was winning that fight before he gets knocked out. That would have took him to 4-0. Then comes back, dominates in that Grand Prix, Cyrus, almost like those guys are not on his level. That's what it felt like. If I am a young esports competitor who likes UFC and wants to kind of progress in the future and get better and be on these cards and potentially make some money from this game, I'm looking at people like Fadnator and I'm studying. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly right, bro. Exactly right. Definitely a guy that you should be emulating your style after, but some guys have got it, some guys don't. Fadnator definitely has it, both in terms of competitive level, has a lot of support inside and outside that cage, and my god, does he make a fantastic champion. Whether he fights Caliber, whether he fights Blink in the next one, it's going to be one hell of a fight, and those guys are definitely going to have to do their homework coming into it and try to game plan, because your simple turn up and fight I don't think is going to be enough to beat somebody of Fadnator's level. But that does move us on absolutely perfectly. I'll throw it back to you one more time out here, Mr. Humbledink. It is STK Storm, your new reigning champion of the PlayStation division. The support has been overwhelming for this man. There's been outcries that this guy is now champion to stay. But of course, he is going up against the PlayStation GOAT, NM Smudger, who has never not got back a loss in those title pictures. He's righted every wrong, and he wants to do that here this evening. He said, fuck the haters, I'm about to remind them who the real champ is.
Exactly that no-nonsense sort of smudger. Guy who's been at the top for the longest period of time is definitely the PlayStation Primetime GOAT. Essentially, for what he's done in the last 3 seasons, it cannot be accomplished anywhere. Storm, though, confident in his last fight that he was going to have with him, that he was going to beat him, was talking all the way up until the fight that he would beat him, and then eventually does it to get the belt. Well, like I said, is he going to be able to maintain the sort of consistency that we've already seen from Smudger going forward, J-Dan?
Yeah, and Storm beat up the GOAT Smudger last week, but Smudger is like GSP in this way, where he's avenged all his losses. Will he avenge this one? Or is Storm really that guy?
Is Storm really that guy? That is the question at hand. We're seeing some bad blood here, and expect it coming from both of these guys. We have Smudger on the right as Volkanovski. We have the champion Storm on the left. Change his name to Matador. Cyrus.
His name has been Matador for.
Okay.
I can't.
Oh,
I can't. All these other seasons
Storm.
always.
But I thought it was Storm. That's all I'm saying.
But that Matador name has been there for at least 2 seasons.
I like it though. It's like, it's kind of edgy, but it's nice, and he's coming forward right now. Cyrus, he's doing okay at the moment, but you see this Smudger progressing. Is he going to be able to use those patented takedowns and take?
Nice.
Well, I mean, big first takedown for Storm. Funnily enough, puts him on his back. I mean, you would expect the wrestling to come out of Volkanovski's corner, but early for Storm. And I said it earlier, Jay, when you become champion, it's like you double up in terms of the skill level. And I feel like Storm's come out here so composed and so confident here this evening. It's all on the former champion to turn it around. And, he has that dog in him, so he's not going to go out without a fight here this evening, for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like Storm isn't just resting on that W that he got. He's studying Smudger. He's probably going to try to take away the jab, lead hook, and to the straight. This is not going to be an easy fight by any means, Humble.
Yeah, he's really calculating his shots. It's so far so good for Storm. I'm liking his approach. It's very calculated, using his movement well, using his grappling, using singular shots along with doubles, keeping Smudger honest, and not letting Smudger gain a lead is the key. Smudger's really good at gaining a lead through elegance of the block. You're neglecting that block, Cyrus, neglecting some shots to creep through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly right. It's weird to see Smudger play off the back foot like this with somebody like Volkanovski. He really fights the fighter style, and when somebody's a pressure fighter, he tends to do that. But I feel like that's out of respect, especially for what Storm was able to do in the last one. And of course, he wants to win the war of attrition. Big knee lands for the champion right there, though. That's got to be a little bit worrisome, especially if you're trying to attack the body like Smudger is early.
Let's work with a double jab again from Smudger, and yeah, you are correct. Jay, this is a very tense first round. I don't know if you feel it. I've got like a sort of a tense feeling in my stomach. I don't know about you. I don't know if the audience has got that as well. It's a very close round.
Yeah, I can feel the intensity in this fight. I can feel how badly they want to win this.
Yeah. I don't know if the crowd can feel that. The people watching at home, people enjoying this beautiful main event of Primetime. We continue to deliver, and that's because of you guys and because of these competitors right here. What a show we have for these, Cyrus, and what a first round this has been.
Yeah, exactly right, bro. Exactly right. They are continuing the pace. We wouldn't expect anything else, man. There's a bit of bad blood coming into this one. Of course, Smudger wants that belt back. He will win it or do anything he can to get the victory here this evening. But I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with the way that Storm not only secured that belt, and the way that he's conducted himself in the opening first 5 minutes of this title fight. Been great, man. Been absolutely great.
Nice work, as these two are about to be in the centre for another round of this championship fight. Nice run out from Smudger. But it might be a mistake. I feel like he likes this side of the screen as well. I'm not gonna, sometimes people do, Jay, and you probably know that yourself. Like, some people like to fight from certain sides of the screen.
Yeah, that's how I felt on UFC too. I was like, I gotta be on the left side of the screen. but now, like, I didn't play it on both so much where it doesn't really matter. But on them old UFCs, I used to always want that left side of the screen, or I couldn't play Humble.
The main shot for Smudger I haven't seen it too much, and I think you pointed out earlier on, Jay, that he's kind of trying to capitalize and dodge that shot so it's non-existent, and Smudger hasn't landed it too much, and that's really one of his main patented tools, Cyrus, to break down a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right, bro. Honestly, I feel like they're presenting each other different problems here this evening, right? They're both kind of trying to fight to what each other's counters were for each other, the perceived counters. This is on a knife's edge right now. It's very, very close. You can see the left leg damage for Volkanovski. Head health relatively equal. Block is being smashed on both sides of the equation. And obviously, you got to remember, this is a 5-round fight, Jake. The 5-round goddamn fight. We're only in the second. 3 minutes left in this one. There's a lot of time for these guys to work it as they continue to press forward.
Man, I'm terrified watching this fight because I'm just waiting for a big moment to happen because no one's trying to make a mistake. It's so tense in here, Humble.
Yeah, they're slowly edging towards that moment, and we don't know when it's going to explode or implode. Nice work right there, Smudger. Nearly keeping Storm honest. Storm, for me, has been so impressive so far. His movement's starting to be slightly erratic, Cyrus. It's like almost like the more Smudger moves, the more Storm moves. And I don't feel like Storm. I feel like Storm's fighting a patient fight, and that's how he's kind of winning. If Smudger can get him erratic, maybe that's going to help him and kind of move forward.
Nice.
Yeah, but as we say this, Smudger is starting to sneakily add up on the damage as he gets a rock right there. Now Storm cannot allow himself to get flustered. Needs to get on that bike, survive, and try and draw this fight out a little bit because, of course, the former champion is out for blood. Combinations are fucking flying, Jay.
Yeah, he's got off the game plan. You can tell. He's starting to get one back. He's fighting with ego right now, Jay Dine. This is what Smudger wanted. Smudger needed this. It what has been for me. Oh,
he's trying to feel himself now.
Now it's not. Now he's on death's door.
Yeah, and Smudger, this is bad for Storm because Smudger's starting to feel himself now. Now he's starting to get in that zone, Cyrus.
Woo! But Storm
yes.
is back.
Oh,
here we go.
He said, fuck your zone. Eat this.
Yeah.
Storm's coming out, bro. He ain't letting this go without a fight.
That's what I like. I'm impressed with both these guys so far. Fantastic, like, yin and yang for each other, these two.
Yeah.
We might have found the Trixie and Faninator of the PlayStation division when fighting each other.
Yeah, this looks like a crazy fight right now. I thought Storm was starting to get overwhelmed, and then he stuns him.
Man, what a
Oh,
fight.
he gets caught.
Hey.
He may have been out of this few more seconds.
He'll be smoking those EBs again. He was a bit late on that one, Cyrus. He's forgets to break the fighters up.
Bro, that head health right now of the champion looking a little suspect. You talked about patient humble, and I feel like that is what Storm really has to go to here. This is 5 rounds. There are 3 rounds still to go, and the head health, if it continues at this rate, is not going to last the test of time. If he can walk on the former champion or the challenger onto some big shots, he may be able to get himself back ahead, but he cannot engage in this brawl type fight that he has been in, because I feel like that's going all Volk's way at this moment.
Yeah, and someone's mentioned, Dino mentioned that he should start grappling, you know. He did that earlier on for another fight, though, that guy lost, so be very careful. But the way he was fighting the fight the first round and this half of the second round was incredibly impressive. I felt like I was worried for Smudger in that. And Smudger manages to do what he does and get a rock, and it's all changed. If I was the guy coming out of that round, I don't know about you, Jay Damo, I was going to ask you the question, I'd be more confident if I was Smudger right now.
Oh. Yeah, and he is, but he can't get carried away. Storm is still dangerous.
Yeah, Storm right now is the man, bro. He is the man. He is the champion, and he isn't going to let this go without a fight. He's getting a couple of moments, but this is what champions are made of. He needs to rise to the occasion, and I know Storm. I know he is the guy that, although he is having some moments of frustration, will find his opportunities to settle. It's whether or not Smudger can separate him from his consciousness.
Can't miss them shots.
They said he need a grapple, though. That's what they're saying, that Storm has to grapple him.
Well, he won the last fight via grappling, but it's more so like the patience that he's had so far. He couldn't get to this point where now his blocks hurt. A few shots that sleep through are going to hurt him. He needs to time the grappling by closing the distance. Oh, the elbow.
Yeah, I feel like the moment's getting to the champion a little bit here. He's struggling with it. I feel like the adversity has got him off his game plan. You know, those teeps were doing absolute work for him earlier on, the maintaining of the range, and because he's mistiming things, he just hasn't got his range right here, Humble. It's leading to a whole host of problems, once again, as the challenger gets a big hip toss into side control.
I love it. He's like, grapple, okay. You want to grapple me? Okay. And then he gets back to his feet. Like, Smudger's got to be confident, but he can't be overconfident because we've seen some brilliant pulls from Storm. He's doing better now, though. If he keeps this up, I can't see Storm taking the punishment.
What did you say? What did you say? Storm is not playing. It is not over. Storm will not give up. Storm has now taken advantage.
It's in a big position.
Ooh.
Ground and pound.
Whoa.
Big ground and pound.
Okay.
Blinking is his head health, Cyrus.
Bro, I am speechless at this moment. I don't know what's going to happen, which way one zig, one zag can put you ahead or lights out. Damn, bro.
I mean, when you have fight of the night and you're the main event, like, you know, you get them extra points anyway, Cyrus. It doesn't matter. You know, you're doing well. Some things about that. This is why you guys have tuned in. This is why we are Primetime Mma. This is why we deliver these two right here, Cyrus.
Gotta be it, bro. It's gotta be it.
Over? Is it over?
It's over. Oh
no! It's not over.
What?
That was the end of the
It's
round.
not over. It's the end of this.
No,
that's
why
crazy.
Can't the ref
That's
like
crazy.
separate them, by the way? Why can't the ref actually separate?
Hey, that's crazy.
It's mental, bro. Oh my god.
Yo.
Smudge, though, he's got to be confident for going at this fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
Championship rounds, ladies and gentlemen. The PlayStation champion is on the line, J-Dime. Smudger versus Storm. It has been back and forth, but both guys have had it. Smudger coming forward.
I cannot believe that the match was not over.
Imagine he wins. Oh, he catches it. Oh, he ducks it.
Okay. Oh.
Mate, he's got to be so careful what he's throwing, though, because the way he's moving his head, he's kind of waiting for an elbow right there. Storm, panic shooting, catches him with the 1-2. Smudger coming back with the hook.
I'm scared because I know Storm is waiting for something. He needs a counter. That's what he's looking for right now.
Smudger,
Oh.
Could this be it?
Oh, it may be it.
Smudger.
And we're back up.
Wow.
Clever, smart.
Yeah.
Pressure on.
Oh, that lead hook is money.
Now he's keeping it to the feet. He knows he's just taking his opponent out one shot at a time. Gets a takedown attempt. Pulls it into... Nope.
Okay.
Full guard. Now that's okay. Remember, he's got rubber guard from these positions. There's 2 minutes on to work. There's going to be submissions, opportunities to reverse. Storm is one of the veterans on the mat. I mean, he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve from these positions.
Yeah, I was going to say it's even though it's fine, it's not fine because it was a missed opportunity right there. If you press triangle instead of square, he would have got into top mount because he would have done the reversal. And if the guy was going to block it, he would have blocked it on that one either way. So massive missed opportunity.
Oh, great!
Off of that.
Oh, this is scary on his up. Get up.
Here we go. Ref didn't like it. The ref didn't like it.
Now the ref said, stand this back up.
I've been liking the beat I've seen. From both sides have had multiple rocks, but the refs enjoying the violence, just like the primetime crowd.
Well, that head held. Oh my god!
It's over, folks. It is over. No!
He's back again.
I knew, brother. I knew. NM Smudger does it again. We said if you beat him, you have to beat him twice. And look, the Smudger came out here this evening, was able to reclaim that gold. I look forward to seeing what's in that guy's future. I'll be honest with you, I did hear slight room. Bro, like he see, this is the thing. He kind of like, I don't know whether or not it was maybe frustration from losing the belt, but he was talking about this maybe, kind of like, I might need a break after winning this one. But I don't know. So with a win like that might have remotivated the guy. We'll have to see where it goes from there. Smudger. This guy, true competitor, Humble. I mean, I can't say enough good things about what this guy's been able to do in this cage. And to bounce back after those tough losses and to kind of... it's crazy.
He put literally left your message right there. If you want to read it, Cyrus, you can.
I ain't fucking leaving, Cyrus. That's what he says, bro. I knew it. And when he sent it, honestly, I sent him a little gift, and I was like, you better fucking... Genuinely, this guy, he does too good work in this cage, bro. That sort of skill level deserves to be praised when they continue to come out here and put on performances like that. And of course, the fans at home, they deserve to continue to see that beautiful artistry that was put on here this evening. The toughest competitor I believe he has had to date, Storm. I cannot speak more highly about that man and what he's been able to do on that run. Obviously becoming champion, which is difficult enough in itself. We know that he will be back, and I cannot wait to see that trilogy. But that... J-Dime, that, Mr. Humbledink, that was Primetime 92.
Yeah.
Wow, what a win for just to roll up on that J-Dime. That was a fantastic win for him. I cannot wait to see him back competing next week. Fighter did so well, and Smudger did so well, got his championship back. Primetime's never been stronger. We're coming back next week. This season it's got fantastic finishes, fights. We don't even know if we're getting a new game yet, Cyrus. We might be getting a new game in this season. Who knows? So
we won't.
We hope, bro. We hope. We'll see.
Hey, I'm about to kill all y'all hope right now. No.
We know they're making. We know they're doing work on it because we've seen the stuff.
John Anik and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. We know that. So essentially, it might come out within a year or two, but hopefully in the next year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure calling each and every one of these fights. We want to take an opportunity to thank each and every one of you, our continued supporters, the long-term ones and the new, all of the follows, the likes, the bitties, all of that type of stuff. Massively appreciated. We will be back next Saturday, 8:30 GMT, 3:30 Eastern. Until then, make sure to check out the one and only JDime TV on Twitch. He will be back and absolutely firing on all cylinders with his new setup in the very, very near future. And of course, check out myself and Mr. Humbledink on Twitch and everywhere else you can, find us. But until then, stay safe. Join the raid, spread the love. We will be raiding the one and only Roger Warhol, absolute gem of the UFC 4 community. So show this man some love and stay safe until we see you in the next one.